Governor!
Yes?
Official business, sir.
Is it important?
It's very crucial.
Be with you in a minute. Throw something on and stay in that position. Oh, sorry, gentlemen. Forgive me, I was just walking the parapet. Taking a look around. What can I do for you?
Governor, as per your instructions, I'd like you to meet the new sheriff of Rock Ridge.
I'd be delighted. Wow! I've got to talk to you. Come here. Have you gone berserk? Can't you see that that man is a nit? Wrong person. Forgive me. No offense intended. Have you gone berserk? Can't you see that that man is a nit?
Don't worry, sir.
Well, Headley, I've always trusted your judgment before, but haven't you taken a giant leap away from your good senses?
Please, don't fly off the handle, sir. I am about to make you an historic figure. Maybe even get you a cabinet post.
A cabinet post?
Yes.
Did you say that?
I said that.
Wonderful.
Yes, the first man ever to appoint a black sheriff. Just think, sir. Washington, Jefferson,
Lincoln.
Lieutenant! Sir, you have the seeds of greatness in you. Nurse them. Caress them. Pour water on them. Don't shortchange yourself, sir.
It'll never work. It'll never work. They'll kill him dead one day.
One day is all we'll need to secure your name in the annals of Western history. And to get for you a nomination for, dare I say?
Dare.
The presidency! Hail to the chief! Hail to the chief! Rum dum da dum dum da 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 da. Rum dum di da rum di dum da dum da da.
407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this.
Bill, are you coming back?
In a moment, dear. Gentlemen, affairs of state must take precedent over the affairs of state.
Yes, of course, sir. We understand.
Will you make all the arrangements?
I will make all the arrangements.
Especially the funeral. Good luck, boys. Wonderful working with you. Good luck.
Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lady. Get your life. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lady. Get your life. Run up when you see me, no disguises. Keep that thing with me, cause I don't do surprises. J. Chanel, show and tell, all facts, no lies, trigger. Get your life, cause I'm the type that come through with that mind quick. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me. Baby, get your life. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lady. Get your life.
Focus there.
Watch them cause they after me like a pot of gold. I'm not for play, ask Keisha if you don't know. I'm a little bit cray-cray, approach me, you better be right. If you don't come correctly, you can catch these cans tonight. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, why the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle's so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life.
Get your life.
Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, baby. Get your life.
Get your life, boo.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
All right, let me turn that down. Let me turn my background music down. Good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, right time DJ Music here with another episode of the Chop Shop, the Saturday edition there, folks. It is 4:21 here in the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. It's sunny outside. We all should be outside, but no. Everybody want to talk about Anton Daniels. So I got a couple hours to throw away this Saturday. We're going to talk about Anton. We're going to talk about the YouTube streets. And if time permits, we're going to talk about a little bit of politics towards the end of the show there, folks. A little bit later on, I'll drop the link. And for those of you that want to come up and be a part of the show and chop it up there with you, you're welcome to have your comments down in the listening lounge, but please be respectful. I don't give you warnings. I just kick you out. This is the only warning that you're going to get about being respectful to folks. I want to thank, right now, I got a couple folks sitting up off in the back that they're listening with me. They're going to help navigate through this show. We got Charwillie, and we have got DJ Dreadhead said, of course, a lot of y'all know Charwillie been around with me for almost ever and a day. DJ Dreadhead said is one of the great DJs on classic R&B jams. So somebody got some background noise over there. You want to turn down your background noise. If you're listening in the background, turn it down. That's it. Yeah. Mute your background. All right. Yeah. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, Char, and how you doing? Welcome in.
Well, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you, Sid? How you doing?
I'm good.
Well, y'all know it's been going on since February. Anton Daniels, the hijinks of Anton Daniels and Antoinette's. He started out being a Christian and a businessman.
Christian first.
Christian, say that. You got to say that and got to say it with feeling. Christian first. He was a dedicated husband, dedicated father, community man. But here, as of late, don't seem to be that way at all, is it?
Somebody lying.
Lies. Gonna be a lot of singing. and around here today. Hey there, Candy Cane Lane. How you doing? Always a pleasure. See, you're sitting up in the front row. So what y'all think about Anton there? I don't want to guess what you're saying, what you think about him there, Shar. So I'll let you go first. What you think about this Anton Daniels debacle that's been covering the airwaves? Everybody talking about him.
Well, I think all will be revealed. Everything will be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
He won as far as being content. He's going to be the content.
He asked for this, didn't he?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Now let me ask you this. I don't know what you know about Anton Daniels, so I'll ask you what you think about from what you know about Anton. Does he represent someone that seems to be a family man that's genuine?
I would have to say no. Like I said, I don't really keep up with him because I be having better stuff to do in my time. I'm not gonna lie.
Right,
But
right.
I have been, because I'm on YouTube a lot because I'm trying to get a couple YouTube channels going. But I'm on YouTube a lot, and I see a lot of feedback on him as far as like stuff that he got going on now.
So my next question to both of y'all is, there's a lot of Antoinettes running around saying that we are covering him too much, that we should just go ahead and move on to the next subject. Some of us say that we are making Anton Daniels famous. Would y'all agree with that?
He's already famous in the YouTube streets.
Mm.
In the black sector, he's already famous for what he's done himself. But now more people are becoming more aware. But outside of that, what's the problem?
Famous or infamous?
Infamous.
Infamous.
So I say to all of those, everybody been eating pretty good, as to use some of the YouTube street vernacular. Everybody been eating pretty good. There's been a lot of new channels that's popped up that's dedicated to the Anton Daniels gravy train. Put this up, put that out. Some of the new things, even there's some channels that we might not have agreed with in the past, as like the House of Hypocrites. I don't know what y'all know about the House of Hypocrites, but there was a time that we knew him from something else, the 7 maybe baby mama drama. Y'all remember that? We covered that.
Yes, I remember.
Right. But come to find out, it was all a skit. So all of us fell for that, didn't we?
Well, I didn't believe it in the first place, but didn't know he was, actually having a character. Now that I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either, because I gotta say honestly, I roasted and branded him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I sure did. Yeah, but once I found out that it was in fact a skit, if it's not a skit, I will say he covered his tracks pretty well. But back then, got nothing to do with right now. Right now, he did a I want to call it an expose. I want to call it cinematic production on Anton Daniels. I hear some background noise there, folks. I hear some. I saw it, and I was like, I was in awe. What about you, Shar?
I loved it. I had to watch it a few times, and that is what I'm saying. What content is, people being creative, and then it reminded me of something that Nyla had did with the Shirley Strawberry situation. She was very creative like that too. So that's why I'm loving to see creativity among content creators.
Yeah, right. Because that's one thing that Anton always talked about. He talking about, and all his supporters would always say that Anton is this great content creator. So again, said and Shar, from what y'all have seen about Anton, what content does he create?
I think he create drama. Yes.
He doesn't create any. He just plays clips like everyone else and gives his commentary. And it's mostly about Black women that I didn't know. And that's only I learned that from Taz by him showing his channel. Because I don't go to it. I've never gone to it. So I'm like, oh, that's what his channel is about. Okay, got you.
Right. Okay. Say all the three of us are going. All three of us are in business together, right? And we're looking for someone to go into another part of business, and we run across Anton Daniels. What would y'all think about him as far as going into business? Do you know any? Could you find anything out him that would say, "Hey, yeah, this is some guy we should let into our business folds"?
No, I mean I can't do anything with that. You're talking about me and everyone else. So no.
Right. Hey there, Bismillah. How you
that.
doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Good to see you. No, but I did the same thing, Sean. I mean, this is not the first time we've talked about Anton, and I've mentioned on several occasions, and for him to have this Monday Millionaire Morning Show. Do you ever see him speaking on business terms. I always see him talking shit, and primarily about black women, right?
Well, the clips that I've seen through someone else's channel, shout out to Taz the Goat, it
Yep.
was never about any business. And that's what I would be at Taz channel writing in the chat room. What does he talk about business? What business is he talking about? What is this Patreon? Where's the business part? And it was never any business.
Right. It was all to me, it's all smoke and mirrors. Look, come y'all see what I got. But it's like pay to get behind door number one, and then get once you get behind number two, pay to get behind door number two, but you never got any product from him. Hey Genesis, how you doing? How you doing? You never got any product from him. What about you, Sid? Have y'all been to his website? I think we talked about him before. You remember I showed his website? What over there said that this man should be a business partner that you should look at?
I didn't say anything.
Nothing, right?
No.
Right.
Just content. Right. Contact information. That was it. Something, I think maybe something about a web design, but it was all about contact me, not contact my team. Not this is the team that I use or the software. This is how nothing.
Right. And so there has been several inconsistencies that folks have pointed out. So I'll tell you what, folks, before we get into the future and the present, let's go back into the past, because one thing Anton forgets, that the internet, once you say something, especially in the places that we travel, it might get clipped. Chances are it's gonna get clipped, and you never know when it's gonna haunt you, right? So let me pull this off here. Let me take this down, and let's go back and revisit a time back. Hold on just a second. Which one is it? This one. All right, let's go and revisit something. This was from about 6, 7, 8 months ago. Y'all check this out.
Up your heart fully to a woman. Every person got emotions, but men are not supposed to move based off of their emotions.
Loving a wife and reverencing her is two different things. Now, hear me out before you say all that.
I could break down the scriptures a lot more effectively, right? But what I don't understand, I never understood why people said that. What do y'all say?
I mean, it's just like you said, you quote the Bible all the time, you know.
One of the reasons why a lot of times y'all women don't respect y'all is because you give away your power and you tell her that y'all on the same level. I think that women by default don't want to be on your same level. It's not in her to want to be on the same level as you. That's why women want to be submissive. If y'all on the same level, then
so my question is to all of y'all that heard this 6, 7, 8 months ago, how did y'all let this nigga get away with this? Island Girl Q, you sitting right next to him. How y'all let him get away with this, women?
I'm a guess that when you're on the panel and that's your job, you're getting paid for it, you're thinking that, oh, he's not talking about me. I'm not a part of this. This is for everyone else. Until you become his next target.
As soon as you fall off the Anton bandwagon, you become his target, don't you?
Yep. Men and women.
Men and women. Say that again. Men and women.
Yep.
And we're going to see evidence of this. Again, I think this was from 8 months ago. At least, I know it's been long before Anton started. This was way before February. Okay? So that's when we really started. That's when Anton started messing around with the FAFO hashtag, because he done fucked around and found out. Too late. Yes, sir. You wanted attention and you got it. But I'm going to go back and give you some of that attention that you thought was never going to haunt you, big man.
what the fuck she submitting to?
Man, what context you coming in? Because you like to spit up, bro. That's what you like to do, bro. You like to
switching up on me.
I'm capping right now. Big
Yeah,
time.
he's trying to. Yeah, come on, man.
Capping, big time.
I'm capping. Okay, hold on, Pope.
Hold on,
Go
let me
ahead,
tell
call
you
me
out.
out. Hold me accountable,
Let
Pope.
me explain. Let me
ahead.
explain why I say that.
All right, folks, the description for JB Reacts is down in the chat room. You can go over and check it out. Well, not in the chat room, but in the description. Y'all can go and check it out. If you like to, check out my man's content, like, share, and subscribe. Of course, just about everybody's content that I use, except for the Angry Man or Obsidian. You know, I'll tell you flat out, fuck them. Don't subscribe to that at all. Okay? But anyway. Here we go, folks. Blast from the past there, Anton. You thought this shit was going. I don't know how this, again, with the YouTube algorithms, boy, I tell you what, they be putting some shit at you that you never thought you would see. What's the chances of me finding this channel right here? Just typing it in.
Slim and none.
Okay.
I don't believe in opening up your heart to any woman.
Oh, man, that's sad, man. Damn.
No, it's not.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got a daughter.
Okay.
And he married.
Oh, you married?
Damn.
You don't seem like a married type of
Like,
guy.
Absolutely.
It seemed like he laid a hammer down his house. He laid that type of-
Whoa.
I don't believe in ever opening up your heart fully to a woman ever.
Don't you listen to these stupid motherfuckers.
That's something that you got to reserve for yourself. I don't think you should ever give anybody that level of control over you. Because even if a woman, in my opinion, says that it's safe or any of that type of stuff, I think that at some point, most men, not all, but I think that at some point, most men live to regret that.
Yep.
This is a nigga that was hurt.
The giggling, I thought that was DJ said.
Right.
It's right on the paragraph, like this nigga over here.
This is a nigga that got turned down by several women in his life, and he is reliving in real time the reasons why he thought he was rejected. Don't give your heart to nobody, because you know when you get that girl that little note to say, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" Check off the box. It usually came back to him, no.
They threw it back at him. They didn't even hand it to him.
Damn. My Florida Evans voice.
What that sound like to you, Sid?
Hey, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm finna learn today what this guy's all about. I mean, I've been on the show and we talked about him before, but you know, I don't really keep up with him. But this dude is funny. in a whole lot of ways. So
funny, not in the comedic way though, right?
Oh, not at all.
I'm glad you got time today, because I love when Sid has opinion about something he doesn't know,
right?
And the conclusion comes to what everyone else says. So roll that beautiful bean footage.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Or use it
You never give anybody that much power over you.
That's true. I agree with that. I agree.
They will weaponize that.
I definitely think as a man, you definitely need to have some form of control on as to how much you actually tell your girl. Let her in emotions. I think it's good to show some, for sure. It's going to be different for every guy, of course.
Ooh, nigga, you might be alone too. I don't know any man that don't pillow talk with his girl. What about you, Sid?
It depends on what it's about.
Pillow talk is pillow talk. I don't care what it's about. Well, it's a wide range of subjects. You might be at your most vulnerable point, especially after.
Yeah, I mean, you should have some type of communication as far as like intimate communication with your better half. So
yeah, I think if you don't, I think that's a relationship that's destined to fail if you always seem guarded, wouldn't you? What about you, Sean?
Well, there's always some pillow talk, whether it's what we gonna do next week, what we gonna get together again, you gonna cook, blah blah blah. What we gonna do if this happened? How we gonna plan for this? I mean, you gonna talk, whatever it is, the type of
Mm,
relationship. Unless it's, I
mm.
guess, what is that called? Like prostitution or something. I guess you really talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
5 minutes
Yes,
of funk. That's about it. I don't
the
tell.
money
I
on the
can
table,
understand
I
that.
guess.
Right. How many of the mob men has been put in jail behind that pillow talking?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. A lot of guys got caught up.
Okay. All right. Hey there, M Mills. How you doing? Great to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Again, folks, I'll drop the link in a little while for anyone else that wants to come up and join the conversation. Right now, I'm joined by Charwillie of the Just Ask Char Advice channel, and my good friend and DJ cohort, DJ Dreadhead said. Y'all can check him out on Mondays and Thursdays, right, Sid?
Yep. Right here on
Mondays.
Classic RB Jams.
Well, shit, if you don't think so, y'all better check it out. You stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. Better get us while we cheap. All right, now let's go.
But my wife ain't gonna never know my deepest and inner darkest thoughts. There's
And
certain things that I just gotta go to the grave with, and it is.
you're right. That's somebody that sounds like got something to hide. If your wife don't know your most inner deep thoughts, something wrong, sir. I'm sorry. I'm divorced, but my ex-wife stole someone. No, I just shared some shit with her. I will never share with anybody else. I think that's just part of so-called being with somebody, folks.
I'm listening to him, and I don't agree with that neither. But in a way, it depends on what line of work you're in. Now, if you're in the mafia, yeah, you're supposed to keep your wife out. If you're doing money laundering, if you're doing any type
Yeah,
of crime stuff, yeah, you make it so that she knows just as little as possible, so that she
yeah,
don't flip on you. But
yeah.
everything else is fair game. Like I'm not into that.
Right. If I'm working at Walmart, and I'm just using it as an example, I ain't gonna come. Maybe I had a hard day stocking some shit, but I can't talk about it.
Boxes fell on my big toe.
Right. Can't
went
tell
to
you
the
about.
cried.
Right. I can't tell you about how many times it took me to start up that forklift. Shit. Let's go.
What it is.
What exactly is opening up your heart in a man's eyes?
So, for example, I don't feel like I have to tell you everything. I don't feel like I have to share with you every single thought. I don't feel like I have to figure out, you know what I'm saying, every single secret or anything like that. I think as a man, it's wise to move on a need to know basis. I think that you.
Now, why is this important, folks? It's because this is in direct contrast to what Anton was saying about him and his wife, Rita. I share everything with her. We talk about everything, no matter how big or small it is. Me and my wife speak about everything. Please, somebody tell me, am I wrong?
Yeah, we've seen that clip before. Yeah, he said that.
What a difference a couple months make. Can't be, ain't no fun, I guess, when the rabbit got the gun, Anton. I'm sorry. But folks, I figured us out. It's just a random thought. This is just random. No disrespect, Anton. May your folks rest in peace. No disrespect. But Rita reminds me a lot of your mother. Hairstyle, skin color. That's something y'all think about.
Give her what she needs at that moment, but I don't think that you need to necessarily share everything, because no matter how strong women think that they are,
you can't handle the truth.
They're not ready for everything.
No.
And niggas are. So you mean to tell me if somebody came in here and told you that your significant other was cheating on you and you didn't know about it, you can handle that with no problem, huh? Or if your significant other told you that she don't love you no more, she want to leave, you can handle that, huh? I don't know anybody, male or female, that handles bad news well. Do y'all?
No, and I really don't know where this conversation is going.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I want to
Say
know
that
where it's
again.
going too.
Say that again, y'all.
I don't know where this conversation is going. Share everything like what?
Right.
Like when you pimple, or you got a boil on your inner thigh. I mean, what are you talking about?
Right. Again, being married at one time or the other, my ex-wife that came at me and said, "Hey, is there a bump on my back? Huh? You want me to really look? All right. No, I don't see nothing. What is that? I don't know. What am I looking at? What is he talking about? Anybody got a clue to this so far? This shit should have been. I go back to the past because this shit should have been laid to rest long ago. How did this man get this famous talking like this? How?
Maybe that's how he got famous.
That don't bode well for the folks that made him famous, Sid.
True, but you know how it be, man. People like drama and BS, is like I said, and he brings a lot of it. So
right,
yeah, he's attracting a lot of attention.
P.T. Barnum said it best. Suck up on every minute.
You give them what they need at the time, and then you keep it moving.
What do you mean they're not ready for everything?
Women are an emotional roller coaster as well. I mean, if you really think about it, the things that you have to do to probably keep your family in order and structured accordingly, women don't want to hear that stuff every day. They don't want to have to deal with that pressure every day. So I'm not going to release that to my woman. You just going to know that things is going good, the things that you need to know, the things that you might ask questions about that's safe for you, you can know. But all the...
What y'all think about that statement right there?
If he's talking about maybe it's a possible layoff coming, maybe he thinks that's a little bit much to mention to his wife, so he's looking at some other possibilities and doing some extra training and doing some extra hours or something like that. I could see what he's talking about. But again, I don't know, going back to Anton, what he's talking about.
Yeah, I can see there's some things that you try to, I won't say intentionally, that you intentionally say, but you might keep to yourself for a minute. In some cases, until the shit hit the fan, because you try to resolve everything. When all else fails, okay, I got to let my significant other know I got fired. But I got fired from that job, but I got something else, right? I can see folks doing that. That makes sense. But to just, again, I still don't see where either one of them are going. Maybe it's just me, but it just don't sound like a whole lot of communication is either one of these relationships.
Yeah, keep rolling that beautiful beam footage. Maybe we'll get there.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, all right.
The things behind the scenes, the nitty gritty, you don't even need to know all that because your mind probably can't handle it.
I think that what you just explained, it falls more in line with opening up your mind to a woman, not your heart. That's why I asked, like, what is opening up your heart to a woman? Because that's dealing directly with love, but love doesn't always directly deal with your mind.
Women don't even know what love is. Love is it's an action. It's not a feeling, right? So,
right.
I'll give you an example. Do you know why guys are so much more hurt when a woman cheats on them versus when if a guy was to cheat on a woman?
Yeah, why? I want to know that because they commit suicide quick.
Because they gave everything to her. So they're unable to.
Who want to take that one?
I'm listening to this one. I'm not a man, so I'm listening.
I can tell you right now, that's some bullshit right there. Sid?
There's some truth to that. I mean, but
I when I say some truth to it, but most of the time, meaning what? Truth to in what way, Sid?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was in a relationship for some years, and I kind of get what he's saying, because usually the way women do things, and I'm not saying this is about all women, and I'm not degrading women or nothing like that, but I've seen it, you know, and seen it with my own two eyes. It's like after you done gave a woman everything, and then all of a sudden they find somebody else, it's like you don't matter to them no more. Like,
Okay,
they don't look at the good stuff you've done. They always focus on the bad. You know what I mean?
right. I would agree with what you're saying and what he said if he didn't use the word most men, because for
Yeah.
most men walk away from shit like that.
Well, most men do, but a lot don't.
Right. Some don't. Now, if he'd have said some men don't know how to detach themselves from rejection, some men take it too far, I would have agreed with him. He wouldn't have got an argument from him. But most men, by nature, do survive breakups. They don't, some of them move on. Some of them stay single. But they don't go out and jump off a damn bridge. Now, some do, yeah. But the majority of them don't. A prime example of it, 2 of them sitting in a room with you. You ain't never broke up with a woman before. I know I have. Did it sting? Of course it did. Moved on. But I'm saying, so if he would have not used most men, then nah. And it's, to answer your question, Bismarck, no, he's not. He is YouTube famous. That's it. And that's what I'm referring to. When I say famous, that's what I exactly mean, because I'll go and type his name in Google. All roads of his being infamous or famous or popular points back to YouTube and no place else. No place else. Anybody?
Objectively make a decision. They making a decision out of character. Men are not supposed. Every person got emotions, but men are not supposed to move based off of their emotions. But when they give everything to her, you give her all of the power.
Yeah.
So then when she cheats on you, or if something happens that you would never expect for her to ever do,
you might kill her.
You're brokenhearted.
Now, is it her fault that you gave away your power?
What power is he talking about? Your PIN number to all the bank accounts, and she took everything and ran off? I mean, I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Right. These are the questions that needed to be known. What power is he talking about?
Everything in you is shattered, right? And you can't think logically anymore because you've basically given everything to her. She now has the power.
That's why online men are explaining that guys are the actual true romantics out there. It's not women. Women aren't the real romantics. It's guys. We love very, very hard. And like Anton was saying, if we open and release too much to a woman, it's over. They really love for real, because we love y'all for the stupidest reasons a lot of the time. Y'all usually love for more things that can benefit y'all. We might love you because you got one.
What about that one? If that was true, my man, what the fuck is Valentine's Day?
I see, this is the other thing about me. If I don't care, it's hard for me to want to concentrate on it. So I'm just going to have to listen to figure out what is really being said, and then I can give you a decision if I care to put a thought together.
Right now, I should maybe I should have pre-screened this, because you're making me look bad right now. Well, I tried to build you up, but I don't think you're gonna get many subscribers from my channel behind this commentary.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Let go.
Breast bigger than the other one. Damn, that one toe, boy, it's curved a little different. We love y'all just for y'all just being a woman. But us, it's a whole lot different.
Right? She got the power. She got the power to break you. She got the power to take you to court. She got the power to then take your kid. She got the power to, you fully entrusted yourself to another human being that you were supposed to be over.
So why don't they do that for us? Why don't the women do that?
No. Think about it for a minute. You're over them. You're their covering.
Yep.
you gave them ultimate power over you.
Woo.
How? Even if you were in an organization, right? And let's say, for example, you're the CEO or this and that and so on and so forth. Do you know that no matter what position that you're in the organization, that they give you what you need? They don't give you the keys to everything. If you're a software engineer, they give you certain permissions. If you're a security, if you're a part of cybersecurity, they give you certain permissions, right? If you're just a phone person, if you're just a call center agent, you get certain permissions. They literally go into the software and they give you certain permissions depending on what your role is. I don't care if it goes all the way up to the CFO, so on and so forth. You only get certain permissions. It's a need to have basis.
But hold on, Anton. A large majority of guys will never learn and acquire that superpower. That's a woman's superpower because they have control over men with their femininity, their sexuality. They can control guys.
What about it, Sid? You think are you controlled by your woman?
No.
I'm sorry.
I have been in that situation before, so I can kind of relate to that a little bit.
Well, explain. Go right ahead.
Yeah,
Explain.
I mean, I've been in relationships where, like I said, I did everything. I took care of everything, took care of everybody, took care of kids that wasn't mine. And yeah, when they cut you off and things change, yeah, it stings. It stings real hard. But you learn to deal with it and you learn to move on.
Right. But again, she didn't force you into that situation. And same with me. And they didn't force you. It wasn't some mind control chick that she put over you to say you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Right. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay, I get that, but no, sometimes you just fall into them situations, man.
Right. That's exactly what I was looking for. Sometimes you just fall into situations. But my thing is that I always tell my sons, and I tell everybody else who asks for my relationship advice, the first thing about it, I think that's most important is a relationship, that you never lose your identity to who you are. And that goes for man or woman. Because once you lose your identity, you become that person.
Now that I agree with. I agree with that.
So I don't know what Anton is talking about.
Me neither.
Well,
I'm more focused on the guy in the lower corner. So
yeah, him. Yeah. I'm trying to do both, but my man, it ain't boding well for you. I maybe I should have titled this one "And Loose Nigga Roundup in the Corner."
Well, we thank you for the footage, and I ain't got no comment on that. So
okay, all right, let go.
But most guys will never get to that place to where.
Oh, excuse me. Hey there, Zahara. Hey there, Cassandra. Welcome in, ladies. I'll drop the link here in a little while for any of y'all that want to come on up here while we continue on with this coverage of the Anton Daniels saga, as brought to you by the YouTube streets. I had to deputize a few people. By the way, y'all did get deputized. Sorry, I deputized you some time ago. So yes. Okay. So I'm going to say it. I forgot. I'm going to need you to hold up your right hand, please, sir.
There you go. I got it up.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and uphold the laws of the chop shop and the loose nigga roundup?
I do.
Thank you. You are now official deputy of the chop shop.
All right.
Now do a card come with that or something? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking.
No, what the main duty of it is, when I deputize y'all, anytime you see loose niggas that need to be rounded up, you point them out to me.
Gotcha.
Hey. A lot of folks, there's some folks that like to call themselves a clique, so they got the untouchables over there. Elliot Mess, not Elliot Ness. Here we go.
They can say, I don't really need you like that. I don't want you like that, to be able to pull away. That's why, as a guy, if you wanna have more control of your reality, that's something that you're gonna have to learn. But I think it's set up like that for design. Women gotta have some form of defense for them being a weaker vessel. So it's gonna be their sexuality to where they can still hop into the mind of a guy and still goddamn shake and make things move for themselves.
Nigga, just say you
That's their superpower. We have ours if we put in the work, and they have theirs as well. But yeah, most guys will never be able to get over the reality of a woman being able to really turn their hearts into something that might.
Nigga, just say you were pussy whipped. That's it. Just go ahead and say it. Just say it. Just go ahead and say it out loud, because that's why most men can't take the thought of somebody else being with their woman. And they know most women don't give up the goodness just cause. They usually lead with their heart first. Am I too far off by saying that, Short?
You're not.
Okay. So that's why we take it to heart, because we know most women will not just lay down with anyone. If they do lay down with you, they like you. Okay. I'm just saying. If you want to put a disclaimer on that, y'all welcome to, but y'all know what I mean. Damn it.
I heard them.
So
Right. So why would you give 100% control over to somebody for no fucking reason other than to feel good about the situation?
Who does that?
So that's why Anton. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Right. Who does that though? Who gives anybody 100% control of them, not unless they're incapacitated? Who does that?
I don't know what he's talking about though.
This don't make sense.
Is it a physical something that you handing this person so they can have control? What are you talking about?
I don't know. And that's right. M. Mills, she says a woman already left mentally and emotionally before she leaves physically. Anton and the rest of y'all that don't understand that. And
Yeah,
go ahead,
I think she hit it.
Okay.
I think she hit it right on the nail too when she put that comment. So yeah,
Indeed,
definitely right.
Indeed. Hey there, Bomb Cherry. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in.
But again, that's not directly connected to your heart. That's a man's mind. Men think that they're opening up their heart and they're giving a woman over his mind, because as women, we have this type of influence over men, and men will give over the wrong parts. Just like in the scripture, it says that the men are supposed to love their wives, and the women are supposed to reverence their husband. Reverencing and loving is two different things, just like loving a wife and reverencing her is two different things. Now, hear me out before you say all that. Just let me,
because you go on. All right, so I could break down the scriptures a lot more effectively, right? But what I'm trying to do is keep it a little bit more objective, because everybody may not necessarily believe the way that I believe.
For sure.
Right.
So in a general sense, right, it's all encompassing.
Okay.
It's all encompassing. You the mother of my child.
Okay.
The fuck you mean you giving away my pussy?
See, I told you.
I'll beat you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing.
See, I told you. Didn't I tell you? I've never reviewed this before. Did you see what didn't I tell you that? Didn't I just say that? That's what it's about. The hell you mean giving another nigga my pussy? Y'all heard that. Out of his own mouth. Did I just make that up, y'all? It's always about the coochie, ain't it, Bone?
Yep. Yeah, anyway.
What they call it? Clapping them cheeks? And there was an old saying back in the day, don't let your dick run your life, Anton. Seems to me that's what you're doing. You're letting your dick run your life.
Right, but that's why I was trying to go into what I'm saying. What I'm saying is women are supposed to respect men. We're supposed to respect your mind above anything else. Like, we're supposed to respect how you think, how you operate. what may be going on in your mind, your pride, which lies also in your mind, your ego, all of that is in your mind. Your heart.
Hold on, Carmia, that sounds amazing, but in 2025, women aren't being raised to view men like that. They're viewing them like wallets. They're viewing them like cattle to be slaughtered. Women don't take.
See, that's exactly what I mean. I didn't know I was going to run into this, folks. I had no idea that the dude in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen was going to say this. But you just never know. Just case in point, you just never know what you're going to run into when it comes around to manospheric ass niggas.
But Anton just said that it's his kitty, and all he did is said, I do. So he's saying, I own it. That's mine.
That's mine. Your autonomy is gone once you marry Anton and folks that think like him. That's my pussy now. That's exactly what Anton said.
So what is he trying to hold back? So that's what I'm still trying to figure out what this holding back is talking about.
I don't know. But anything we heard from these two gentlemen, and I use the term loosely, make any sense to y'all?
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay. Guys, serious, and it takes family, a village, for women to actually understand the role that a guy plays in a woman's life. But in today, we feel like everything is so equal. We don't need men. I can do the exact same thing as you. But we don't even understand how societies were started, how things were created. So that whole, viewing men a certain way, that's only if you're in the right family structure, possibly religion. If you need a book to tell you that, then that's cool too. But at the same time, people not viewing biology and thinking logically, and they're not going off their own day-to-day scenarios on what a man does in reality. So nobody really cares at that point, or at least the female perspective.
Is something a bit different. It's still linked.
I'm going to have to start questioning all you niggas that's wearing black beards these days. Because all of y'all starting to sound alike. I'm gonna have to start questioning y'all niggas.
That's why Super Slap shaved his off.
There's a common theme to this shit. All you niggas with them damn black beards, all of y'all sounding starting to look the same. Angry Man, Anton, this nigga down in the corner. I'm sorry, folks, but I had just about enough of you already. Wow. Shit, I hope you don't get mad when I tag you and listen to this. Matter of fact, I got something for you. This is directly to this is for you right here. Hold on just a second.
Vince, look at me. Look at me in the windows to my soul. Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
That's what you...
Now, where did you find that clip at?
I think we can proceed from there, don't y'all?
To it to where, like, you know, if you're not too careful, you can let them into your mind to where they can have complete control over you. Just like Jezebel had complete control over her husband. But what I'm saying is there's...
Have y'all ever met a woman named Jezebel?
I heard of her in the Bible. Didn't have a lot of great things to say about it either.
Okay. The day I run into a woman named Jezebel, I'm gone. What's your name, baby? Jezebel. Oh, nice meeting you. Got to go. They didn't think too much of you coming out the gate, did they?
There's literally a thin line between allowing a woman to have control over your mind or you letting her into your heart. The heart is the safer space for a woman than it is for your mind. That's why it's easier for men.
Than it really is.
No, I'm not.
When guys open up themselves to a woman and they entrust her, with things that they normally wouldn't entrust anybody with, then you make yourself vulnerable. You weaken yourself for no reason at all.
But why don't they
Like
do?
Before
what?
Coab say anything, the heart and the mind are not separate. No, I'm sorry. It is separate. The heart pumps blood through your body. That's what it's for. It's for pumping blood to organs and circulating blood. Your mind is what controls your actions, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, the things that you do. It comes from your mind, which is your spirit inside the vessel of the body. Your actions that you move with from your heart comes from your mind, your characteristics, your moral compass. You know, so but sometimes we take things that are meant to be figuratively and we try and make them literal, and it's not the same.
Okay. I've been dying for somebody to say that. Now, let me ask y'all something. Yeah, if y'all remember the first time you ever had a crush on somebody, did you feel it in your heart or did you feel it in your stomach?
I have butterflies in my stomach.
What about you, Sid?
It was kind of both for me. My heart was racing. Yeah, I had butterflies.
Yeah, man, minus them endorphins, but it was pretty much the heart rate and the elevation. I get that part of it, but you know that when you're feeling like that lovesick puppy that you can't do without him or her, where you feel that at? Is it your heart or in your stomach?
It's definitely in your stomach.
Yeah. So I don't think what people I'll keep saying that the most of the way they feel about somebody comes from their heart. I think that's a natural reaction that you miss somebody and your brain produces a chemical that makes you feel like that you're upset. Just like the brain produces a chemical that when you're around this person called endorphins, it makes you what? Feel good, make you feel high. I don't think the heart produces endorphins, do y'all?
No. But I'm just looking at a bunch of 50-year-olds talking about some darn relationship, heart and soul and all of this. This is just foolishness at this point to me.
Okay,
I'm
if you
tired
ain't
of whatever
right,
he got to say at this point. I don't even
right,
care.
right.
I gave
I'm about to cut this. I didn't know he was talking this much, or I wouldn't have used this. Shit.
I'm just trying to figure out. It's a bunch of those are 50-year-olds, all of them.
Yeah, and they're in their 50s or close to it. Say it.
close to it because Anton is 45, so you just call for that's 50. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, in the interest of fairness, let's listen to a little bit more than this. But I don't think it seems like it's going farther and farther down the hill. What y'all think?
Might be further downhill, but if you could put it on double speed, that'll be nice.
I can do that, can't I? Let me see. Can I do that?
1.5, 1.75. Just help me out here. Help me.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where this is going, though, because I mean, usually when you do a reaction, it's because you want to highlight something that you're trying to make a point about. So I don't know what the point is.
Of someone else's point, but Anton don't have a point. He just keep on, hard and the hard and see what I mean is, but he ain't said nothing.
Okay, I thought it was. I thought it was me.
Nah.
Okay.
In return, why? I know what you're saying, and that's true, because I do that too. I give my all, you know what I'm saying, and so I'll be devastated if my wife ever, you know what I'm saying. I don't want her to marry. If I died, I want her to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I love her. but I don't want her to be with nobody else. Or I want you to be happy. No, I don't want you to be suffering.
Okay, we're not gonna take this no further. That's it. That is it right there. That's it. Because I dare to hear what the dude in the right hand corner gonna say. If y'all want to check out the rest of this, the link is down in the description. But all I'm gonna say is for Michi X. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna use Big J on this one. Wait, Big J, where you at?
You niggas ain't shit.
Good God Almighty! Let me take that off the screen. If you talk about something that'll make you go jump off a bridge, listen to him consistently. Good God. All right, folks. Okay, so I was trying to prove a point. However horrible a point I made on this one. The point is, Anton was saying something back in 2025. Because you heard my man say 2025. So 2025, he was preaching this business of don't tell your woman nothing. You know that if you get caught, if your wife cheat on you, you're gonna be mad at her forever. Cause how dare her do what? Give my coochie away. Now we come up to the present time. We see Anton gallivanting all over town with these women, Mika, women falling off his panel. What changed, Anton? Wait a minute. I found something. So we had a conversation on a messenger. What do you hate more than anything else?
Liars.
So this, I think this the clip that we were talking about that you wanted to discuss came from is it I caught Anton in a big lie. Is that the one we were still discussing?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay, but y'all check this out. Everything, to me, everything has a starting point, right? If you break it down to the smallest thing, you can figure out who a person is if you know enough about the person. Anton has given us enough about him that we can go back into his past without prying, without doxing. Here's the point. Listen to House of Hypocrites. Check this out.
Anton Daniels built a brand around discipline, accountability, and leadership. But behind the image, some critics say that story doesn't add up.
You probably not, because you ain't from the streets, right? You better off dead, nigga. And I'ma say that with my chest. Say whatever you want to. Close my mouth, nigga. Ain't all this extra shit you talking about. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Dead, nigga. We don't need you on this earth. You need to die, nigga. Nigga. How about that? Kill me then, nigga.
Tell you the names of all of their relatives and shit, because I know. But if I can't leverage you, I have no use for you. Let me ask you a question. If I had met you some time ago, you think we would be in a relationship? He tried to dirty Mac and tried to, you know what I'm saying? The nigga know I'm married, nigga know I got shit going on. Luckily,
nigga know I'm married, nigga know I'm, but he tried to dirty Mac. Far contrast from a nigga that was talking about just what we heard a little while ago. Talking about my wife bet not give no what away.
Exactly.
Yeah, but something about this clip that threw me off because he said if I had met you some time ago, would we be in a relationship? What's going on here?
You'll see it. You'll see it.
What is going on?
You'll see it. The guy put it all together. We know what's going on.
It said it's funny how that would stick out because I told you real men don't speak like that. Don't that sound like a nigga begging?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one.
Okay. All right.
But that show caught my attention though.
All right, let's go.
Right.
What's up there, Alex? How you doing, good brother? Welcome in.
for me, I do what the fuck I want to do and I don't worry about that shit because I got control over my situation. What's your name?
Alicia.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from the Aroma Labs.
What is Aroma Labs? Where you parked at, right there?
I'm parked right there. You go and you test out fragrances and make your own perfumes and body lotions.
What do? You just be chilling for the most part?
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur and then I also work for Child and Family Services.
So you gonna let me buy you lunch then, right? You got a boyfriend? Why you ain't got no boyfriend?
That's not the priority right now.
All right, so take my number down. So that means you come and hang out with me tomorrow, right?
Sure.
Whoa. Okay. We not gonna start the documentary off like that. We will get to that. But let's get to know who Anton Daniels was before the money and before the fame.
If I believe correctly, Anton is sitting at 1 million subs on YouTube. That's awesome. Angry Man at some point will be at 1 million subs, which is awesome. But guess what? Outside of YouTube, nobody knows who the fuck you guys are.
During his early teenage years, his father, DeeDee Daniels, made a deliberate decision placing him in a Catholic school for 7th and 8th grade. An environment built on structure, rules, accountability, values that would later echo throughout his public messaging. From there, he would go on to attend Cass Technical High School, one of Detroit's most well-known institutions. A school with legacy, producing names like Big Sean.
Lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me. These are all my confessions.
Without further ado, let's welcome to the stage Big Sean. Woo!
What up, though, Cass Tech?
And Diana Ross.
Inside out and round, upside down.
But unlike many who use that foundation to pursue higher education, Anton took a different route.
Now, I'll ask any of y'all, how many times have you ever heard Anton Daniels mention that? Have you, Short?
No.
I've never heard him mention that before. So if somebody, me, the high school that I went to, and anybody that knows that were around us, I went to one of the pretty predominant, pretty prestigious high schools in the area. So there is no way that I would be a public figure and not speak on, not unless I wanted to keep my life private.
Right.
But to say that I went to high school with Diana Ross or Big Sean and other prominent names, I'm sorry, I would figure out a way to sneak that in, wouldn't y'all?
Especially Big Sean, because I know he's probably maybe, I don't know, 10 or 15 years a senior, but that'd be something to talk about.
Yeah, especially he's big in the music industry.
And you know what's crazy? My girlfriend got people from Detroit, and they never even mentioned that Big Sean. I didn't even know he's from Detroit until right now. I just found that out right now.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. So when you know there's somebody famous from your city, you shout them out every chance you get.
Oh, of course.
Right. Wonder why you didn't do that, Anton. Maybe somebody could have been able to tie you back to some of your classmates, and they could have asked, how was Anton in high school? And they might have said that Anton was like this. A whining ass bitch.
She turned me down.
She turned me down. Let's go.
After graduating, he went straight into the workforce, taking a job in a steel mill. By the age of 22, he wasn't just working, he was building a life. Around that same time, he got married, became a father. Responsibilities came early, and with them, a different kind of pressure. For some,
now this is content, whether you like it or not. My man took the time to put this shit together. This is not just look, all this is public. So literally he had to go digging for this, but it has to be put up by one or two things. It was already in the public, or Anton put it out there. So ain't no doxing. Quite different from what Anton is doing, what he did to Freezing and what he tried to do to Lakeisha.
Right.
Big difference. Hey there, Tiffany Starborn. How you doing? Welcome. And so there's a big difference. Some folks will say, well, the House of Hypocrites is doxing Anton. No, he's not. All this is public information, folks.
that path represents stability, but for others, it becomes a foundation on how they see the world, discipline, responsibility, and expectations. And for Anton Daniels, those early experiences will go on to shape not just his life, but the messages he will later bring to millions online. But what if the person teaching you about discipline wasn't always living by the same rules?
When Jesus shed that blood, when he died, that made it easier to be able to walk in your sins, to know that you are not going to be perfect. Things are going to happen to you. But because I died for you, you're able to ask for forgiveness and try to live righteous.
Now, a lot of folks are not going to agree with what I got to say, but if you want to derail a serious conversation, bring up religion. If you want to derail somebody blaming you for something, bring up religion, because you know God. Well, Jesus made me do it, or that's not a godly thing to do. Every time somebody wants to try and change your mind and all else fails, what do? They invoke religion at you. Folks, comments?
I agree. I totally agree.
Yep.
I don't mean that you can justify bringing somebody else into this world just because you had trauma. You have to become a whole person before you bring another whole person into this world.
Judging from what we've seen so far, is Anton a whole person? Did he become a whole person before he brought another whole person into this life?
Not according to what he's talking about.
Not according to what he's talking about. Out your own mouth, sir. Grown man running around with a hat that says bag chasers. Y'all thought that was a good look? I'm just saying. What bag you chasing?
And if you really want to raise them up in the admonition of God, you cannot continue to live a lifestyle that would then lend itself to them living in sin, the very sin that we're trying to get away from.
High standards matter. Accountability matters. But what happens when the message and the reality doesn't fully align?
He tried to dirty Mac and tried to, you know what I'm saying? The nigga know I'm married, nigga know I got shit going on. Luckily for me, I do what the fuck I want to do and I don't worry about that shit because I got control over my situation. But what if my chick wasn't familiar with the fact that I got a chick out here with me?
Ain't no what if. She familiar with it because you too comfortable with that. Said, could you get away with that?
Oh, hell no.
Ain't no way. Ain't no what if. Your chick is familiar with that. That's the only way that you can get away with saying some shit like that confidently. And a frying pan ain't came across the room by now. She ain't either there or she don't care.
We both. I'm just saying.
Mm.
You don't care and she's not there.
Okay. What's up there, HT Ball One? What's up there, Kenny Mac? How you doing? Folks, welcome in.
That I got a chick out here with me.
What is Aroma Labs? Where you parked at, right there?
I'm parked right there. You go and you test out fragrances and make your own perfumes and body lotions.
What do? You just be chilling for the most part?
I'm an entrepreneur and then I also work for Child and Family Services.
So you gonna let me buy you lunch then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see me today? But I came today, but I can see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Where you say? You stay far?
I'm east.
Where you moved from?
I moved from Houston. I'm from here, but I moved from Houston.
When did you move back?
March of last year, so I've been here about a year.
You got a boyfriend? Why you ain't got no boyfriend?
That's not the priority right now.
All right, so take my number down. So that means you come and hang out with me tomorrow, right?
Sure.
You gonna be my best friend?
Yeah, I can be your best friend.
Text me and then.
What do you think about that, Sid? Is that a pickup line that you would use? You gonna be my best friend? That sounds like some stalker shit right there. I'm gonna tie you up. I'm gonna tie you up in the basement later on. You gonna be my best friend?
Yeah, but it seems like she got other things on her mind.
Somebody said Somebody said that she was feeling Anton. Seems like to
Child,
me. Okay, what it seemed like to you, Shaw? I'll let the woman on the panel answer that one. Go ahead. Tell me what you saw. Like Barbara Mason said, woman to woman, not me as a
well,
woman.
well, I already know he had to let her know what's going on. I'm filming for some content and whatever the lie said, and
Mm-hmm.
then he got the footage rolling, and then they walk in, and then he cuts it because it's clearly he cut it and go into um, take my number down. I forgot how it was cut. But as far as you're gonna be my best friend, no one talks like that.
No, they don't talk. They don't talk like that. And you're absolutely right, Sean. And what you can tell it was edited, and you can tell it was edited to be in his benefit. Like he Big Daddy Prime out there walking around the street can grab any woman that he wants. But clearly, the woman didn't, again, like Miss Marla said, didn't ask him any questions. This wasn't like some random. He just walked up to some random chick in the street. It's obvious, like you said, Short, that he had conversation with her, and he picked and chose what part of the conversation he wanted to put out there. Would y'all agree or disagree with that?
I mean, I'm gonna agree with it, but by me being his first time really paying attention to him, I'm looking at it totally different. Like, like she might be looking at him like, money bag, yo.
Uh-oh.
You got me on this, right?
Right. I got you.
I can order the lobster, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wait a minute. I said, I see, that's why I'm glad I got you up here today, because this solidifies my point. So she could say, new in town, nigga offered me to take me to lunch and I ain't got to pay for it. I'm down. I ain't got to give him nothing. I can act friendly. I can act friendly for a couple hours. Am I too far off I'm too far off the beaten path, Short?
Hey, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. But she had a little giggle that might have been uncomfortable, but I have to go back and analyze it. So I really can't say if she was ready for that or not, if she knew that was coming. I don't know.
Yeah. And again, I'll agree with you, Miss Marla. She seems kind of young and gullible. Nigga that appeared to seem like he got some little money, got a little something going on about him.
Yeah, but I mean gullible in one sense, because she might just be playing the role of being gullible, but to say if you want to play, you got to pay.
Yeah, exactly. Now some of them out there like that. Some folks get mad when I use the term women and women's, but there's some women's out there. Okay, here we go.
We'll link up tomorrow. All right, bet. All right, baby. See you, baby.
For years, Anton Daniels has built a platform centered around his Christian values, around being married for X amount of years, what he believes modern men and women should be like. To his supporters, he a voice of truth, but to his critics, it's something entirely else.
This is the fuck Anton sector. That's what sector this is. So if you don't want to see content on Anton, get out of the fuck Anton sector.
Yeah, they keep coming to your channel. Don't you be talking about my king?
Yeah. And I understand what Breezy means by that. Listen, if you don't want to see folks talk about Anton, don't bring your ass over here, because we gonna talk about him. He brought this shit on himself. This was an anger man quote by the man that we're using right now. We might as well use him. I gotta thank you, Sharp, for the little clips that you sent me. But here's another one of them dumbass quotes that some of Angry Man's and the other supporters be saying. Y'all check this out.
But Angry Man saying they doing it for content. He go delete the content that he was making for content. That's what the fuck you trying to say. I believe you, Angry Man.
That's what the fuck y'all trying to tell us. That y'all go and do all this goddamn content and delete it. Anton, you had no idea that the House of Hypocrites was going to find you, that you uploaded somewhere that you was riding in a car with your chick. Did you?
Wait a minute, that wasn't his daughter. I thought that was his daughter that was in the car with him.
I didn't
Yeah, that
look
was
real
his
quick.
daughter.
That was his daughter. But you uploaded that. That was his daughter. But you
Yeah.
uploaded that, Anton. That's the only way he could have got that footage. Am I right? You went live with your daughter in the car, or you uploaded it. That's the only way he could have got that footage. So ask all the Antoinettes. How is the House of Hypocrites doxing Anton? Anybody got an answer for that?
Not at all. Keep it rolling.
I can't think of one.
Okay.
And go back to the Anton sector. You in the wrong place.
Because the deeper you look, the more complicated the story becomes. Behind every viral clip, every strong opinion, every moment that sparks debate, there's a timeline. A timeline shaped by environment, by influence, by moments most people will never see.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I want to give you guys a little bit more insight into my life. A lot of the videos that I've been giving you guys over the past few years have just basically been about the present. It's been about who I am and what my life is like in its current state, whether that be all of the different places that I travel, the things that I buy, types of businesses I've opened up, whatever that current state is what you guys have been getting. The part of my life that I think that it's important for you guys to really know where I've come from, what's molded and shaped me into the person that I am today. And I think that's where we're gonna start. You've gotten glimpses of it from a few story times and things like that, but you haven't really got the full picture. Right now, I'm in my neighborhood, actually on the actual block that I was raised on. The reason why I'm on this block is for two reasons. Number one is for a future video. I'm actually trying to buy the house that I grew up in, so a little bit of negotiation as it relates to that. A lot of off-camera stuff.
That's something that may have went over a lot of folks' head. What you mean? You're trying to buy the house? Did your parents not leave it to you?
I think he's trying to be like Mike Epps. Because I think Mike Epps did the same thing in Indianapolis. He bought his childhood home, and then he ended up buying the whole block. So
yeah, he did do that, didn't he? Yeah. You're right about that, sir. I forgot about that. He sure did. But again, maybe your parents didn't. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But again, where I'm living right now, my parents built this house way back when. Hopefully, long after I'm gone, either my children or one of my siblings' children, they'll keep this house alive. That's maybe I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses on that one. I'm gonna get out of that one. I'm gonna get out that one.
Second reason is because I really need to tell this story as it relates to the different schools that I went to and how it's affected and changed my life.
This isn't just a story about a content creator. It's a story about an image, perception. Because in today's internet culture, perception is everything. And once an image is built, it doesn't just represent who you are. It represents who people believe you to be.
Thank goodness.
So the question isn't just who Anton Daniels is. It's how that image was built, what shaped it, and where did it holds up under scrutiny. To understand that, you have to go back to the beginning. Anton Daniels' father, Thaddeus Daniels, unfortunately passed away in November of 2017. And I couldn't help myself but to find out how did he die. And I came short. Over the past,
Let's think about that. Don't y'all find that kind of unusual that you couldn't find an obituary on said brother that passed? Even with folks if you folks you don't know, you can type in somebody's name or go to some of these what do you call it, hereafter sites. And even though you don't think that person might be, some names will pop up. So not to find any information about him, especially doing a deep dive like this, y'all don't find that kind of strange?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he inherited
it's
a lot
9
of
years.
money.
Say that again,
I
sir.
was reading the comment that just popped up, and he said, "And Anton inherited a lot of money." So yeah, you should be able to find something on that.
Something, right? Again, where did that inheritance come from? And going back to Bismillah's, his mother remarried, so maybe I don't know if she may have had other children, so that may be why he didn't end up with the house. Maybe the ex-husband's family took it over, whatever. Maybe he's gonna buy it from them, the other husband.
Years. No grandchildren. No children. No friends. No coworkers. Have posted.
And that's before he says it. And that's another thing, folks. I want you to think about this with just the random activity that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even folks you don't know. You found out that they passed this morning or yesterday or last week. Am I missing something?
It's odd.
It's odd. No grandkids. Even the grandkid that we know that you have. How do we know that? Because Anton, you are his daddy. Daddy is your daddy. So we do know that you have at least one grandchild. Not gonna mention the name, but has said grandchild posted anything about granddad? Anything? I miss your granddaddy. Rest R.I.P. granddaddy. Anything?
So it wasn't nothing on his page, Facebook page, or anything. Is that what they're saying?
So far, nothing that he could find. Nobody's mourning him. Nobody's missing him. Nobody put an honorable mention. I know my father's birthday and death day do not go by untalked about or unposted about.
Right.
But nobody.
Friend, buddy,
nothing.
nobody. Think about that, folks. Nobody talked about you. Now I'm gonna go take y'all back a little bit. At the time that I said, when you get buried, there's a headstone. It's your birth date and your death date. In between that line, that represents you and your life. Nobody in that line talked about Anton Daniels' daddy at least once. Nobody give a damn about him. We miss your papa. And you can't say, well, his daughter wasn't old enough, because how old is she now? About 18. The father passed away in 2017.
Yeah.
So miss me with that one. Don't tell me she wasn't old enough to know who grandpa was, because she is. She was. Let's go.
The memories about Daddy is Daniels. Now I know, as people, we grieve in different ways that we may not show the public. But after 36 years of marriage, his widowed wife remarried in under 2 years.
Say what you want to. What that spell to you, Sid? Ted, you there? If you're speaking, I can't hear you. Shaw, you here? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't hear him.
Okay. Now, I said we still can't hear you, Sid. You might want to leave and try and come back in, but I still can't hear you, bro. But to me, a woman that gets been married to somebody for 30 some odd years, and in less than 5 years you get remarried, something was already going on.
What?
Fuck what you say. Something was already going on.
What?
Anton, your mama was a side piece.
What?
Your,
Side piece
your
Daniels?
mama was a side piece.
Come on now. Side piece Daniels. Come on.
Side piece. 2-piece and a biscuit. Your mama was a side piece. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me after 36 years of marriage in the wedding, at the blissful arms of matrimony, that your mother was gonna get married in such a short time after that. Not unless there was a whole lot of money involved. Your mama was a side piece. She tolerated your daddy, but she loved another man.
Oh my goodness. Side piece Daniels. Hush my mouth. Oh my goodness.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
They can say what they want to, but I'm just saying.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
And you done fucked around and found out that nobody has any mercy on you, Anton. Nobody cares. You brought this shit on yourself. I've seen several clips of you dogging people, talking about folks' family, talking about folks' children. Payback is a medevac, and you getting shipped the fuck up out of here. Let's go.
Now that's interesting, because is it fair to ask, did this new marriage of Anton's mother drew a wedge?
No, like I said, folks, this is a picture of Anton's mother, and he a shout out for blurring it out. But if you go back and look at the hairstyle of Rita, the skin tone of Rita, don't it match?
Very similar, yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Or few some type of anger for him to enter what we know today to be the manosphere.
Yes, indeed, folks. The story you're about to see is true. The names ain't been changed, and that nigga ain't innocent. Hey, Angelica, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Well, that's one part of the Anton Daniels saga, the lies that's been told. But again, no one's doxing Anton, because everything that you see here, folks, you can go find on the internet. He put this out himself. This is all to his doing, because he thought he was above reproach. He thought nobody would go back and take a look at this shit. You thought nobody was going to call him out on his double-sided. You got jelly on one side and peanut butter on the other, and thinking somebody wasn't going to call you out. No, sir. You can't live a double life on the internet for too long. And in my honest opinion, yeah, Corey, being around Corey Holcomb might have ignited this match. But the real problem for you, Anton, is when you went up against Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown started questioning your morality. That's where your problem was at.
He's the former mayor of Detroit, right?
No, Kwame Brown is the NBA basketball player.
Oh, the basketball player. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you're saying when he had reviewed the Corey Holcomb and Anton footage, Anton got involved to have a problem with Kwame. Got it. Okay.
Yes, because Kwame was pointing out, how does a married man do the things that you do? How does a Christian say the things that you say? Corey never pointed that out. Kwame sure did.
Got it.
On every channel that he could get on.
Okay, so that's probably did how it was ignited. Yeah. Okay.
I think it was. But anyway, let's continue on here a little bit farther with some more Anton antics.
All right.
Creator. It's a story about an image, perception. Because in today's internet culture, perception is everything. And once an image is built, it doesn't just represent who you are. It represents who people believe you to be. Over the years, Anton Daniels built a brand around discipline, accountability, and leadership. But behind the image, some critics say that story doesn't add up.
Nah, cause you ain't from the streets, right? You better off dead, nigga. And I'ma say that with my chest. Say whatever you want to. Close my mouth.
Who Anton Daniels is. It's how that image was built, what shaped it, and where did it holds up under scrutiny. To understand that, you have to go back to the beginning.
Me and my father is building this restaurant together, and then, 3 weeks later, my father had passed away. If that's not one of the most captivating things.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to say that Anton misspoke on this, because I don't know if captivating would be the correct word to use when it comes to losing your mother or your father.
Right, right.
Captivating was not the word. Devastating. So I'm going to say that he misspoke. What about y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to say devastating. I mean, if you think about it, only difference between them is the D and the C. So I'm quite sure he meant devastating as well.
I don't know what it is. I'm going through the depression. I don't want to stay home, so I want to live in hotels for over the next 6 months.
Anton Daniels' father, Thaddeus Daniels, unfortunately passed away in November of 2017. And I couldn't help myself but to find out, how did he die? And I came short. Over the past 9 years, no grandchildren, no children, no friends, no coworkers have posted memories about Thaddeus Daniels. Now I know, as people, we grieve in different ways that we may not show the public. But after 36 years of marriage, his widowed wife remarried in under 2 years. Now that's interesting, because is it fair to ask, did this new marriage of Anton's mother drew a wedge or fueled some type of anger? While there's no confirmed connection,
what y'all think
the
about
timing raises questions about where.
Right, there's no sound connection, but some people don't take the idea of mama remarrying or mama bringing another man into the house. Some children will never accept that. What y'all think?
That could be possible. I I will say it's kind of interesting that 35 and older have an issue because they're adults and they're on with their lives, would really feel that way about their mother that is now a widow.
Yeah, I find the lack of him and all the well, I'll let the clip speak for itself. Said anything from you, sir?
Yeah, I just say people grieve for people in different ways. That's all I can say.
Whether this period marked a shift in Anton Daniels' life. But to understand that shift, you have to understand the environment he stepped into. By the late 2010s, something was already happening online. A space that had been growing quietly for years was starting to explode into the mainstream. The man no spear.
When Kevin Samuels got famous for his legendary video of Your Average at Best, it changed and it shifted the whole manosphere, the whole shift of social media changed.
Whether you agree or disagree with that, I think so, because a lot of y'all manosphere niggas, SYSBM niggas, and all these other men going their own way, all of y'all thought that was a license to shit on women. All of y'all started talking about body count. All of y'all started talking about the baby mama shit. Am I wrong, Char?
That's what I heard.
Yes. So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So
did you I mean, stop right there. Stop.
No, I don't. Maybe for some guys, maybe for some girls, the particular clip that made Kevin Samuels blow up. This particular young lady at this time was 35 years old. I think she's quite attractive. I wouldn't kick her out the bed for eating crackers at 35, and I surely wouldn't turn her away if she said that she has a child. That's just telling me you lived life. If your child is 13, that means 5 more years, that nigga gone. But I don't find her unattractive. And I think there's a whole lot of men out there that would agree with me. Say it. What about you?
I mean, I agree. I would agree with that. But I think that Kevin Samuels, he was coming from a whole different perspective. Because it wasn't like bashing women. I think that Kevin was just letting women know that, you know, your expectations is too high. But the thing with Anton is a whole different thing.
Yeah. Again, a broke clock is right twice a day. I'm not saying that Kevin Samuels was wrong on a whole lot of things, but in some cases, in this particular case with this particular woman, I think they took his message. Now, I will agree with you, sir. Said I think they took his message and twisted into something completely different. I think he was trying to tell these dudes at this point in time, level up. And he just used this chick as an example. You can do better than this. Even though she's 35, got her own business, average at best. If you get your money up, you can do better than this. You don't have to settle for this. Am I too far off when I'm saying, Shaw?
It can be lean. You can lean that way.
What about you, Sid? Think I'm on the could be right or wrong?
No, I think you might be spot on this one.
Yeah, I think the original damage was because if we all know about Kevin Samuels, his first thing was he was talking to dudes.
Yes.
You know, until the infamous "How big is your tallywhacker" video, that didn't bode too well for him after that. Let's go.
Right there. Stop right there, breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
I really just wanted some advice. I love you.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
Let me just say this to the ladies out there. Believe me, yes, we like a nice body, That is an asset that you could be proud of, for women that take care of themselves. But after a while, once we seen you naked, we know what it looked like. We know what you look like in your favorite jeans. We know what you look like in your sweaters. Got to be more to you than a nice body. See it?
Yes, sir.
And for those of you like, it's on the opposite side. Charlie, would you like a man that leads only with his wallet?
No.
I certainly wouldn't like a woman that leans only with, I got a nice body.
Yeah, because I think it comes down to, you know, in the end, people want substance.
Substance. That's right.
They want something else that they can look at a person for and admire that person for. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect to the ladies, but there's nice bodies all over the place.
At best. You're average looking at best.
Now, this didn't start on YouTube. The term itself was popularized around 2009 by Ian Ironwood, used to describe a growing network of online spaces focused on man issues. Back then, it wasn't about viral clips or millions of views. It was blogs, message boards, small communities. Many of these spaces form as a response to change in social dynamics, shiftings in dating, shifts in gender roles, and a growing perception among some men that their concerns weren't being addressed in the mainstream conversations. It wasn't one unified movement.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody was missing from them clips, Ashar. I don't want him to get upset. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
I didn't see Angry Man in them clips, so let me put him in there. Angry Man.
Yeah, he was a 3 sandwich eating pot belly, no content having motherfucker.
Oh, he was in there? I didn't see him.
Okay, so that last part, he wasn't in there, but when you scroll back, when they were talking about before Kevin Samuels, he was in
okay. Oh, okay. All right, Angry Man. I just wanted to get
Andrew Tate's and Kevin Samuels and some other people. No, he wasn't in there.
Right.
Was there. Coach Greg Adams was there, and they left him out. Oh,
right. See what the problem is. That's why this video could have done a lot better if you would have featured me.
It was fragmented, often anonymous, and largely under the radar. For years, it stayed in those corners of the internet until platforms like YouTube gave it something it never had before: an audience.
Trying to throw you under the bus.
Never once mentioned Tawana is this person. I know her. I know her character. You never once supported that. You never once said anything about me. And when you're on the show, you talk about my man, my husband, all the time. You call him names. I've never once said anything about
I think he a beta.
Once.
That ain't changed. I didn't change that when we was on the phone. Yo, my wife checked you straight up in the comments. Real talk.
Check me. Your wife can't check me.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. That's exactly what she did. But the point is that the same way I am offline was the exact same way I am on the show, and I don't switch up for nobody.
No, you might not switch up, but and that post right there in this particular stream right there looked like you switch hit. Looked like you're pitching and catching. It's not the most masculine video you ever put out, sir. But then again, men don't do this. Grown men do not sit on platforms and argue with women.
They don't use the term beta.
Beta. Only person I've ever heard to use that was that dude that tried to start a white supremacist month. Beta. Oh shit.
Hey, we just have a conversation. Chris, we just having conversation. I was just in Chicago. Hey, we just having conversation.
In between 2017 and 2020, this shit caught on like wildfire. It took a life of its own. Millions of views, viral debates, conversations about dating, masculinity, and niggas with money. And a growing audience of young men trying to figure this shit out. Creators like Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, and platforms like Fresh and Fit help push this content into mainstream audiences, turning it from a niche into a movement. But while all of that was happening online, something else was happening in the life of Anton Daniels. His father, Thaddeus Daniels, passed away. A man who had been building, working, creating something that extended beyond himself. And then, less than 2 years later, after more than 3 decades of marriage, his mother remarried. Now, for some, the timeline may not raise any questions, but for others, it absolutely does. Because according to what's publicly observed, none of her sons, including Anton Daniels, was present at that wedding. No visible family presence.
Not a drop. So that does lend some credence to it. Where'd your sons at? Are y'all mad at your mama because she got remarried? No, welcome, mama. I know you don't want to live your life by yourself. We understand that daddy's gone now. And yeah, you should live your life the best way you know. I know celebrations, no nothing. Have you ever heard Anton mention his step daddy?
Never talked about step daddy.
Never. But he'll tell you that the worst thing in life to ever have is a step daddy.
Yeah, we never talked about step daddy.
Never. Come on, folks. I know we're watching the House of Hypocrites, and he has a unique way of pointing out things. Some things we might miss, and some things that's right in front of us. And he pointed out some things that we missed that's right in front of us. Why you ain't never talk about your stepdaddy? Why you never tell us your mama got remarried? Because all those things that you've been preaching to folks, it's the polar opposite of you, Anton.
See, mama in her 50s, and she kept moving. Got her.
Mama hit, according to Anton, mama hit the wall already.
Right. Used goods. What happened to all that?
Okay.
Yeah,
according to Anton.
Go ahead.
Okay. According to Anton, the worst thing that ever could happen to the black male is who?
Right.
Okay, so now you wonder why, Anton, when folks ask you, why do you talk to your mama this way? I believe you do. I believe you're mad at your mama for getting remarried.
I believe his mama probably ain't got nothing to do with him right now.
Nothing.
Mama having a good time. You see all them pictures? She's smiling.
Shit, all white.
Gorgeous. Like even she was blurred out. She looked gorgeous, like Shirley Strawberry.
You sure did. You can wear white, can't you, mama?
That woman. What is she?
She ain't studying. Anton, is that it? She ain't studying you. She don't care about you. You ain't getting enough hugs from her. Let's go.
No shared moments. No public images of her sons on that day. Now ask yourself, is that normal?
Nope.
After 36 years of marriage, Does everything just move on that quickly? Now, to be clear, people grieve differently. There is no public confirmation explaining the full context behind these decisions. But when you look at the timing, and then you look at what happened next, around 2019, the tone begins to change within Anton Daniels. More direct conversations about relationships, stronger language around accountability, and at times sharper criticisms of the modern woman. And at the same time,
that was a good tie-in, wasn't it?
It sure was. Mama was on her honeymoon.
Mom was on a honeymoon, just got remarried. And damn y'all, if you think I'm sitting here and for y'all to call me a cat lady, you're out your mind. Brother got money. He's taking me around the world. He been taking care of me. Your daddy wasn't shit.
I guess that side piece and pays off, huh?
Okay, listen, you gonna tell me, said honestly, you've been with a woman for 30 some odd years. I know one thing for sure. My mother and my father stayed married for well over 30 years. When my father passed away, that was the last thing on her mind, another nigga.
Well, that just lets you know what probably was going on behind the scenes that he's
okay. All right. Shit. That was shit. Them girls trips wasn't necessarily girls trips, was they? Said shit. Did the term flued out mean anything?
He's operating in the same digital space as these rising manosphere voices. So now the question becomes, is this evolution? Is it influence? Or is it something deeper?
To be continued, ladies and gentlemen, to be continued. Y'all make sure y'all check out my man, the House of Hypocrites, whether you agree or disagree with his content. I gotta say, with these last two videos that I watched from him, he's been on point. Anton Daniels, I think, like Char said, I think there's a whole lot more shit that's gonna come out about you. Rita probably got a whole lot something to say about it, but we're gonna leave that alone for now. We're gonna turn to y'all. If Sharon said, if y'all don't mind, y'all entertain the folks for a minute. Let me go pull up me another video that I wanted to use. All right.
All right. Not a problem at all. I'm gonna switch gears to this election, this voting. I'm still hearing talks about this SAVE Act. Still hearing stuff about Mr. Orange guy trying to stop the election because he really wants another term or just stop people. Well, more so the Republicans, he want them to have the House and everything.
I don't think that he's going to be able to escape that, and I think that he would rather die in office than die in prison. That's what I look at. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I've heard that he might want to go
of the
to
intelligence
Greenland.
community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program.
All right, I'm sorry, folks. I didn't know it was going to start playing it right away. But as y'all, as we segue into politics, remember last couple of weeks ago, who got thrown up under the bus? What's her name?
Christy Nome.
Christy Nome. Okay.
Yeah, nice. Thanks.
This week it was. Last week it was Pam Bondi. This week it's Tulsi Gabbard. Now listen to some of the questions that Tulsi Gabbard was asked, but she didn't really have an answer for. These are the people that Donald Trump said as the best. These are the people that Donald Trump said that was going to replace DEI hires amongst the White House staff. Listen to this, folks.
How's that working out?
Not too good. Y'all listen to this shit here.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes.
Yes.
That's the key thing right there. I want y'all to take a deep breath. According to Tulsi Gabbard right there, and all those other things. She's the top person in the intelligence community. Last summer, we would supposedly have taken out all of Iran's nuclear capable abilities, right?
And what she just agreed to.
She just agreed to that. Let's go.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community.
Yes.
The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. That's a statement from the White House. Quote, the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime. Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was an imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime?
The intelligence community assessed that Iran maintained the intention to rebuild and to continue to grow their nuclear enrichment capability.
Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, yes or no?
Senator, the only person who can determine what is and is not an imminent threat is the president.
False. This is the worldwide.
And again, these are people that are supposed to be competent at what they're doing. She just said a demonstrably false statement. That's basically what this person is just saying. This Tulsi Gabbard is saying that the president can choose who he wakes up in the morning in a bad mood and he don't like Canada. He can say that Canada is an imminent threat to the United States and order our military to attack such.
That's ridiculous.
According to her. Said?
It's not according to her. It's according to all of them. Because if you think about how, and I said this before on the show, Trump, can I be candid?
Candid as you like.
Okay, I swear to God, Trump balls got to be dripping wet from everybody kissing on him, licking on him, all this stuff, because I ain't never seen this much ass kissing for one person in my life.
What is it? What is it, Sid? What is it that everybody, you got career prosecutors, people that's been in this in the House and Senate for years and years, has dedicated their life, whether you disagree or agree with their politics. There's literally people that have thrown their entire life away with ball kissing this man, as you say, getting teabagged by this man.
Right. And the other part is they got to understand there's going to be life after Trump. And when Trump is gone, all them people is going to prison. All of them.
Every one of them. Every one of them. Pam Bondi, Tulsi Gabbard, Kristi Noem, all of y'all are going to jail.
Oh, yeah, definitely Kristi Noem, because they can't account for none of that money that she done.
She got a flying fuck palace on an airplane.
Yeah, she was doing the most, man.
Again, I let's take roll here. Remember, y'all was already sort of tell the truth, the whole truth. So some of the questions I might ask you might be hypothetical, but a hypothetical situation, both of y'all on the panel, if y'all was married, would you think it's appropriate for you to be flying around with a plane that got a fucking fully furnished bedroom in it?
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do it.
But
she didn't have a plane. She had two planes and was trying to get a third one.
Or when blatantly asked on the witness stand with your husband or your wife behind you, asked, is there an affair going on? What should be your immediate answer? No.
She should have played the fifth.
She couldn't even do that. She couldn't even lie. She couldn't get that lie out of her mouth. She could not even lie. But these are the folks that we got running the country. Listen to this some more.
This is the worldwide threats hearing where you present to Congress national intelligence, timely, objective, and independent of political considerations. You've stated today that the intelligence community's assessment is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated and that, quote, there had been no efforts since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability. Was it the intelligence community's assessment that nevertheless, despite this obliteration, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Okay.
That is.
Well, whose fucking responsibility is it? The president alone?
It's Israel's.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't think of nothing to say behind that. I understand what you're saying. H.T. Baldwin says they are afraid of the backlash if they don't go along with Trump, and Dr. Fauci and his family still have to move around with security because he wouldn't agree to with people drinking bleach during the COVID. You're absolutely right. He sends out his goons at you. He turns the networks against you. Look at what Jimmy Kimmel went through. Look at what Don Lemon went through.
Here's the problem.
On a volume
no,
of
it is precisely
that he receives.
it is precisely your responsibility to determine what constitutes a threat to the United States. This is the worldwide threats hearing, where, as you noted in your opening testimony, quote, you represent the IC's assessment of threats. You are here to represent the IC's assessment of threats. That's a quote from your own opening statement. And so my question is, as you're here to present the IC's assessment of threats, was it the assessment of the intelligence community that, as the White House claimed on March 1st, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
Once again, Senator, the intelligence community has provided the inputs that make up this annual threat assessment.
You won't answer the question.
It is the nature of the imminent threat that the president...
It's just bottom line. You won't answer the question. So go ahead, Sid.
I was just going to say none of them do, because every time when they get them hearings, they always dodge and they dodge questions. These are some of the best question dodgers I've ever seen in my life.
Professional, habitual question dodgers. We're gonna get to another one here in a little bit. Let's let a little bit more of this play.
Has to make that determination based on a collection and volume
You're here
of
to be
information and
timely.
intelligence that he is provided with.
You're here to be timely, objective, and independent of political considerations.
Exactly what I'm doing.
No, you're evading a question because to provide a candid response to the committee would contradict a statement from the White House.
That was Senator Jon Ossoff asking the apparently impossible question of, did Iran pose an imminent threat to the United States, to Tulsi Gabbard, who seems incapable of giving any answer and instead suggests that the only person in the United States of America, in its government, who's in a position to give any answers on anything is apparently the president. And look, Senator Ossoff did a perfect job at pointing out the fact that Tulsi Gabbard is being evasive because she didn't want to contradict Trump and the White House, namely that Iran posed an imminent threat.
Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it.
So why are they saying this? Because, to be blunt, no one knows why the fuck we're at war, and Donald Trump doesn't either, so he needed a justification, and what he landed on was that there was no choice because Iran posed an imminent threat to us here at the United States. And so, right on cue, his underlings started echoing this sentiment. In response to the resignation letter by Joe Kent conceding that Iran didn't pose an imminent threat, Caroline Leavitt came out and wrote, "There are many false claims in this letter, but let me address one specifically, that Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. This is the same false claim that Democrats and some in the liberal media have been repeating over and over." Which sure is interesting because just days ago, Caroline Leavitt herself tweeted, quote, "To be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did." In other words, Iran...
To be clear, no such threat ever existed. To be clear, this is from the White House. This is from Trump. Everything and that's why I had to let that play through. The White House itself, all the people around him said there was no immediate threat from Iran, that their nuclear capabilities were wiped out. So why are we at war with them folks?
because they're a bunch of idiots. That's why.
That's it. Is there any difference in the scam for the weapons of mass destruction, folks? Is there any difference? Except it's a different region?
That's about it.
You know, the sad part about it is that if they didn't have nuclear weapons now, they're going to definitely have them in the future. You can believe that.
Say that again, Sid. I'm sorry.
I said that if they don't have nuclear weapons now, they would definitely be upgrading in the near future.
Okay. All right. You're absolutely right.
Homeland exists, and it never did. In other words, Iran poses no threat to our homeland, and they never did, but also, Democrats and the liberal media are lying when they say that Iran poses no threat to our homeland. Makes sense for everyone? But here's what's even more damning. In that same hearing, Tulsi Gabbard negated her own argument by conceding that Iran had made no effort to rebuild their enrichment capability since it was quote-unquote obliterated by the U.S. in the summer.
That opening statement, as submitted to the committee in advance of this hearing, stated that as a result of last summer's airstrikes, quote, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And is that in fact the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes.
Yes.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community.
Yes.
The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. That's a statement from the White House. Quote, the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime.
So if Iran's nuclear enrichment had been obliterated and they made no effort to rebuild their enrichment capability, then how did they suddenly pose an imminent threat if we'd already gotten the job done in June? The answer is that they didn't. And of course, Tulsi Gabbard knows that. But again, her job here is not to tell the truth. It is to protect her boss. And because Trump vomited out some nonsense about Iran posing a threat to the U.S., now all of these clowns at his circus need to parrot his new talking point and pretend that it's gospel. And what you're left with is the literal director of national intelligence refusing to admit that she is capable of answering any basic questions about national intelligence. The reality is that she, like everyone else in this White House, is perfectly content to abandon all of her previously stated positions if it means that she stays in the good graces of a despot. Remember, this was Tulsi Gabbard over the years.
Let's deal with the situation where we are, where this president and his chicken hawk cabinet have led us to the brink of war with Iran. I served in the war.
Now, I want y'all to listen to what she's about to say next. What a difference. Speaking of Anton Daniels, what a difference a couple years make.
Okay.
Listen to this commentary, folks.
In Iraq, at the height of the war in 2005, a war that took over 4,000 of my brothers and sisters in uniforms' lives. The American people need to understand that this war with Iran would be far more devastating, far more costly than anything that we ever saw in Iraq. It would take many more lives. It would exacerbate the refugee crisis. And it wouldn't be just contained within Iran. This would turn into a regional war. This is why it's so important that every one of us, every single American, stand up and say, no war with Iran. We've got to be clear-eyed about the situation that we are in.
No war with Iran. That's the first time she said it, Matt. As if you don't know, that was doing her run for president right there. That was on the debate stage. That's just one instance of her saying no war with Iran. Here's another.
That inching closer, actually more than inching, speeding towards an all-out war with Iran would make the wars that we've seen in Iraq and in Afghanistan look like a picnic. It will be far more costly in lives, and American taxpayer dollars, and all towards accomplishing what goal, what objective? I think that's really at the crux of this decision that President.
Okay, we've been asking the Trump administration that, what's your goal? What's your objective? What's your timeline? These are the questions that you was asking of the Obama and the Biden administration, Tulsi. So why is it not turned around and fair play? What's your goal? What's your what's your ultimate timeline of how long we're going to be at war? So far, we know that we've got 13 American servicemen that have lost their lives. How much hell did y'all cause over those 13 folks that lost their life in Benghazi?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you really believe that?
Not a drop.
People?
Not a drop.
I'm gonna tell you, just so in case everybody that's out there listening don't know, okay? You know this music because you know I did a show and I talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have any more bases over there. All the U.S. bases that we had over there has been destroyed by Iran.
That's right.
And every time when they try to put them soldiers in hotels because they can't get out of there, those hotels get bombed.
Blown up. Trump has no leverage, folks. No. He keeps telling us that he does, but Trump has no leverage. He tried to tell folks it was okay to go through the Straits of Hormuz. No, it is not. No, it is not.
No, and then another thing, none of the insurance companies would insure the ships if they
okay.
pay.
They're not insuring them at all.
Not insuring them. And the only way them ships is going to pass through is if they get Chinese yuan instead of U.S. dollars, because Iran is not accepting any more U.S. money currency.
Okay. All right.
So it's bad.
Oh, boy.
It's getting worse.
I didn't hear that part.
Now, you of course, you heard Tulsi Gabbard earlier saying that the effects would be of global implications. Well,
Yes.
if you knew that then, what's the difference now, Tulsi?
She said, I'm holding on to this job as long as I can.
As long as I can. I'm going to be as close to power as I can. I think what they all believe is that Donald Trump is going to give them a pardon. I think they're right. I think they're all holding on to that.
Trump made. That's exactly what Trump did. He conducted and committed an act of war without congressional authority, seriously escalating the situation with Iran. And so now we're at a point of it's not a matter of, well, are we going to have a war with Iran? We are in a war with Iran right now. So the real issue is, are we going to allow this war to continue to escalate? And if so, for how long? And to achieve what objective?
I think you get the point. And yet now, she's basically turned into Colin Powell 2.0. Tulsi is not in her role despite her shamelessness.
Yeah, I know. I got to speak on it because a lot of us revere Colin Powell, but he was a lying son of a bitch, folks. Colin Powell lied his ass off for Bush as much as he possibly could. He was a lying motherfucker. Am I wrong, Sid?
No, you're not wrong.
I am so disappointed.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, even when Bush was there, I mean, think about it. I know y'all probably heard this joke before, but you know, we had a Bush, a Dick, and a Colin.
Okay.
Tell me we wasn't screwed then.
All right. I'm gonna leave that right. I'm gonna get out of that one.
She is there because of it. It's expressly because she stands for nothing and will shapeshift to fill whatever role is required of her that she has her job. Donald Trump wanted a cabinet full of morally bankrupt, malleable individuals, and Tulsi Gabbard is a testament to the fact that that is exactly what he got.
That's what he got, folks. Somebody who don't mind getting teabagged on a regular basis.
Sad. Tragic.
Oh, wait a minute. But there's more.
But there's more.
Yeah. Hold on for a second. Y'all keep the company busy for a minute. Let me go grab something else here. If you thought that was bad, look at this here. Hold on a second. Let me pull this one up. Let me pull this one.
Well, thanks for pointing that out, HT Ball one. That He was a Republican. I didn't think about that part of Colin Powell.
Yeah, just like Condoleezza Rice was a Republican. Remember, he just had a meeting with her because he needed her advice on how to deal with this.
Yep.
So
No.
DEI in that.
No, right. Now listen, everybody knows. I heard some black guy the other day on somebody's panel say he didn't know who Jasmine Crockett was. So I had to. Everybody was asking, "Where the fuck you been? How do you not know who Jasmine Crockett is? How do you not keep up with? How you say that you are a person of worldly news and don't know who Jasmine Crockett is? Because if you ask me, without her, the Democrats would have folded a long time ago."
Yeah, and it's the same what they did to her in Texas too. How they redistricted her out. And
Yeah, they redistrict her out, and a lot of folks would folks like, we're gonna get to the angry man before we shut down. A lot of folks like the angry man, and of course these I hate black women panels saying that Jasmine Crockett didn't lose her seat because of the redistricting that they did because she wasn't popular.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what they said. That she was getting drum out of politics, y'all. That's what they said.
Okay, that's what it was. And she laid out the facts and told it like it was.
Okay. And speaking of outspoken, y'all check this out.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And to be clear, I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness because this witness has revealed that she has no intentions of answering questions. But instead, I'm going to ask some very basic questions really quickly of my colleague, Becca Ballant, if she will answer right or wrong, raping children.
Wrong.
Right or wrong, killing random citizens.
Definitely wrong.
Right or wrong, enriching yourself as the sitting president of the United States.
Definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you, because I probably never would have got that with our witness. Our witness who somehow is a lawyer but does not understand how it works with witnesses. I'm not really sure what law school she went to and what all kind of cases she tried, but typically when you come into a space and somebody's a witness, then they sit there and they answer questions instead of asking questions. And then we also have this objection that we use as lawyers called non-responsive when a witness fails to actually answer the question. But nevertheless, let me address the survivors because that's exactly who they are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massie, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going. My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on. And frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they see coming from this administration. In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to return the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss.
Now, which part of that is she wrong about? Because we know that Pam Bondi has enough information on her desk to have at least admitted effective arrest and prosecution of somebody. But her, Kash Patel, and a few other folks have said there's no other credible evidence of people doing wrong. Only the two people, one dead and one in jail, trafficked all these women. Only them two. There's no other credible evidence. And Jasmine Crockett, because she speaks with her hands or because she speaks with passion, they label her as the mad black woman.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the facts. I don't give a damn how mad she is. Is she wrong?
She's not wrong.
The President of the United States stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ because you don't seem to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files.
That's fact number one. Is she wrong about it? Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. Is she wrong about that? Absolutely not. We know that just from the pages that's been released.
Right, not redacted. Yeah.
Not right. 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 So imagine how many more times his name show up. There's even a point where some reporter of the New York Times put out D-O-N-T. What does that spell, folks? Don't. But according to them, that was a reason to redact something, because to them it did not say don't. It said Don T.
Oh no.
They try to have it like that.
If I'm lying, I'm dying, folks.
Wow.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Wow.
For those of you that have been checking out the stream the last couple of days, when I have time, especially with these Senate hearings going on, I try and broadcast it live. So some of the stuff that you hear from folks like the Angry Man and these other would-be jailhouse lawyers, to show you they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, have no idea of what they're talking about. And we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. We're gonna get to it.
At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number two, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, "This is a good one." Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit.
Well,
but there are numerous.
And it's hard to say that this administration is not complicit, because me personally, if someone was to come up to me and say, "Hey, man, I got some little 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, he got problems with me." And for all of you folks that's running around talking about Donald Trump as the best thing since sliced bread, I got to question your moral integrity, because you're willing to overlook that this man literally, there was a witness that literally told a viable story of her biting someone's tallywhacker, i.e. Donald Trump's tallywhacker, when he tried to force her to it. And in return, she got slapped and called the B word. You can't make shit like that up, folks. Or you can. But why would she? For what?
Others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens, or how the DOJ seized voter data from Fulton County in an attempt to steal the 2026 midterm elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation.
If any one of us was on tape accepting a bribe, all we would have been in jail now. Wouldn't y'all think so? It wouldn't be much of a trial. Your lawyer would have said, take the plea, man. They got you on tape. That's you. Ain't that you with the black suit and the red tie on? But for some reason, Tom Homan never faced the charges. Never even got the 50 grand back, folks. When at Pam Bondi, when it was asked of Pam Bondi, what happened to the money? I don't know. Did you ever get the money back? I'm not going to talk to you about that, Senator. It's classified. No, it ain't.
Yeah, it's the most classified people I've ever seen.
Only when it benefits them, sure.
Or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history. An attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Gentlelady yields. Gentleman from Missouri is recognized. Excuse me.
Well, she told him. Don't y'all think so? But that's the kind. I don't understand why the Democrats have not taken this approach. I don't understand why they have not pushed back at Trump, because it's literal. Something is there. Pam Bondi should have been impeached.
I think a lot of it's in the Epstein files too.
Say it again. Say that again.
Democrats is in them files too.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it is we don't care who's in the files, or they'll say they don't care who's in the files. I agree. Whether you're a Democrat, whether you're independent, or whether you're a Republican, if you had anything to do with Epstein and the trafficking of young girls, you need to be held accountable for it. That's just bottom line to it. That's just that. And y'all entertain the folks. Let me go pull up another quick glimpse, quick here.
I think no one would ever be prosecuted.
Oh.
I was saying I don't think anyone is ever going to be prosecuted.
I don't think so either, Shari. Y'all hold on just a sec. Y'all continue to talk. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
let me see what
protect too many people. And, you know, it's always something it sounds good when it's on the campaign trail. We're going to do the people right. We're going to give justice to the American people, blah, blah, blah. He loved throwing that American people and for the American people and American people. But in the long run, it always be about themselves each and every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yet to see where it's about the American people. We get the short end of the stick. It's like you get it the way you can get it. That's it.
Now, here's another clip of folks. Again, remember Trump said he was hiring the best. So here's an example of Trump and the best. Here's Pam Bondi.
Recognizes the gentleman from Maryland.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start by saying I appreciate what you said, Attorney General Bondi, and you said it to me personally, that you take the personal security of every member of Congress seriously and that people can contact you about that. And in these times, that's a very serious matter. So I thank you for that. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 7 of the Constitution is the Domestic Emoluments Clause. And it says that the president is limited to his salary in office and cannot receive any other money from the federal government while he's in office. It cannot be increased by $1. This president is the first president in U.S. history who has repeatedly sued the federal government for $230 million for the judicial search warrant at Mar-a-Lago, which was perfectly lawful and was never struck down. But now he's suing the IRS for $10 billion. He's suing the IRS for $10 billion, which I think is around 80% of its annual budget, because his tax returns were leaked and they were illegally leaked by a private contractor who actually is in prison now, Charles Littlejohn, but he wants $10 billion. Now, well, I want to ask you the question of whether you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for you to settle that $10 billion case or any of the other claims that the president has made against the government. He himself has remarked, it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the deal, right? And he says, I kind of have to work it out with myself. Do you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for the president to work out a deal from people who are his subordinates under his unitary executive theory to get money in one of these cases?
I'm not going to discuss pending litigation.
Okay, so theoretically you're saying because his privacy rights.
No, I'll ask, what about that question was discussing pending litigation? Did she tell us something that we didn't know at that point in time? Because it was clearly a question was asked of her. Do you think it's all right? So what part of pending litigation is going on with that, Pam Bondi? Is there something that you need to tell the American people that you already know?
Probably so.
Okay, it's not what they say out loud sometimes, it's what gets glazed over.
Were violated in that tax case, and they were. I'm with the president on that. I mean, his Mar-a-Lago thing is ridiculous, but there's no doubt that his tax returns, despite the fact that he promised to release them, despite the fact that every other president released the tax returns, he suffered embarrassment when it showed that he hadn't paid taxes for several years, and he had a right for that not to happen. Now, I want to turn back to the Epstein survivors, because President Trump may have been a little bit embarrassed by the release of those tax returns. How much do you think the claims of these survivors are worth? As the good congressman from Kentucky just pointed out, there were lots of survivors who had decided, for reasons of their own, never to release their names. That determination was represented to people in Congress, and we built it into our federal law that their names could not be released, and yet you published their names, their phone numbers, their addresses, personally identifying information. If Donald Trump can get $10 billion theoretically from the Department of Justice, how much should these people get for a far worse violation of their privacy rights and a far greater danger established to them in their lives?
Do you even know who Chase Mulligan is? You're so obsessed with, you don't, do you?
I'm going to teach you the rules again. You're the Attorney General of the United States. We have rules here.
You're obsessed with him.
You're the Attorney General of the United States.
With obsessed with Donald Trump. You have Trump derangement syndrome.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like my time
Mulligan will be
restored. I'd like my time restored.
In your district. In your district, and you don't even know about it, about keeping children safe from online predators.
Time belongs to the gentleman from Maryland. Gentleman.
And I don't know why he wasn't impeached after this. I don't know why after this. She went to this Senate hearing with a burn book of things that just happen in ordinary life to ordinary people, good, bad, or indifferent. She thought the best thing to do is, instead of come to the United States Senate and testify of the right and the wrongs of Donald Trump and the Epstein files, she decided to go and cherry pick cases of each one of these people's districts to say, you're not doing your job. Instead of going and arresting someone that did something bad, one particular person, you should overlook that and just focus on that, not focus on what Donald Trump is doing, because that's not important. This is what the Attorney General did. Go right ahead.
You just want to change the subject, pretty much.
That's the way it seemed to me. Let me just change the subject.
Yeah, I don't know why there's, I guess, I don't know, not enough power to do something to these people, because once they are supposed to tell the truth and they do not, there should be some consequences.
It should be. You're absolutely right, Shaw. There should be some consequences. Enough of the headlines of talking about so-and-so is stunned, Trump stuns this, or so-and-so going to be held to bear. We see that in the headlines from somebody every week, but still nobody has been arrested. Nobody's been prosecuted. Nobody's been held to bear for this shit that we know as the Epstein files. Nobody, except for folks in where? Other countries.
Yeah.
Now, here goes another guy that Trump is. We know Kristi Noem lost her job, but this is who Trump is trying to put with us and trying to replace Kristi Noem with. Y'all check this out.
I can't control what you ask, but that's my hope. Senator Blumenthal.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Senator Mullen, just months before the war with Iran began, the Trump administration negotiated a back-channel agreement, a deal with the Islamic Republic to deport Iranian nationals, including asylum seekers, dissidents. There have been public reports about it. CNN on January 26, 2026. New York Times reported it in a couple of articles in September and December, that flights in around that time deported tens of those kinds of Iranian nationals back to Iran as part of this secret agreement.
And why is that important, folks? What do you think happened to those Iranian nationals that were in the United States seeking asylum or political prisoners? What do you think would happen? What do you think happened to them folks when they got returned back to their country?
They're no longer here.
They're no longer here. And if it was above board, why would the Trump regime use secret back channels to get these to deport these folks?
Right. What's all this?
Let's go.
I want to tell you about one husband and wife, Christian converts from Islam, who were sentenced in absentia to 9 and 11-year sentences by the Islamic Republic. They fled to the United States seeking asylum, but they were detained by ICE on arrival. The wife was deported. She managed to take refuge in Turkey. The husband, I'll call him Mr. H, is still here, but he's facing deportation despite showing scars from the beating he received by a government gang. I have both of their declarations. I'd like them to be entered in the record. There are Iranian American organizations like the Iranian American Legal Defense Fund that have further information. I have no doubt that you share my outrage about the treatment of this couple and other Iranian nationals who were deported possibly to torture and death in Iran. Will you agree with me and commit that we should stop deporting such people?
Ma'am, sir, I don't know the specifics behind this. I think before I can talk about in hypotheticals, I would need to know what the reasons behind it, but I don't want to deport anybody that's here illegally, or here legally, I mean. And most definitely not individuals that are have done everything possible to be a contributor to society. But in these specific cases, I don't know. I'm not.
Well, this guy right here, he's pretty much saying a repeat of Kristi Noem Part 2. They all say the same thing, that they don't want to deport people that's seeking asylum the correct way. But we now know that that is a lie. That is one of the biggest fabricated lies that they continue to tell. We've seen them running up into folks' houses. We've seen several Americans now lost their life behind what ICE is doing. We've seen people being detained. We've seen people being beat up. We've seen people being pepper sprayed. We've seen all of this from masked ICE agents. We've seen 5-year-olds being detained and get ready to be shipped out of the country.
Familiar with them. I don't know if there's something else in the background that would cause the administration
I'm talking
to do it.
in general.
Hey, what's up there, Zero?
About tens of people, as many as 55 on one flight, 15 or so on another, not just this couple. But in principle, we should not be sending Iranian dissidents and asylum seekers back to Iran. Wouldn't you agree?
Sir, we do know that our enemies want to infiltrate us and use our rules and our generosity against us. And so I don't know the specifics of these. I don't know their background. I don't know what the reasons was, but I will be happy to look into it.
Let me ask you about another topic. I'm glad that you've committed that there will not be the kind of review that Secretary Noem imposed on contracts above a certain amount uniformly by your office. But I'd like your commitment that you will help us investigate another abuse of authority. Corey Lewandowski apparently was in charge of approving all contracts, one of them.
Now, how is it that Corey Lewandowski, not a elected member of Congress, has that much power? We know why. Because he was putting the wood to Kristi Noem.
Ooh.
That's why he had that much power. But she don't feel that she was compromised, folks. The Trump administration does not feel that Kristi Noem was compromised. You don't hear the powers that be. They're quick to talk about the fuck-ups of Jasmine Crockett, so they say. But why aren't y'all talking about Kristi Noem? Why aren't y'all talking about Lauren Boebert? I know, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to sky up out of town, but she gonna get hers too. We ain't forgot about that insider trading, allegedly, that she was involved in. We ain't forgot about it.
Yeah, but at least she was smart enough to get out the way before, before the shit hit the fan.
You ain't lying, but I'll give you credit for that, Marjorie. At least she got smart enough to get out the way and tried to cover up the tracks a little bit by talking about Trump as this. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, you knew all of that before. Remember, there was a big cutout of Donald Trump and you was rubbing his balls?
She got a head start.
Let's go.
Was a $220 million contract that was related directly to Kristi Noem's being fired. They bypassed procurement rules to award that contract to a shell company that was created days before to benefit a Republican consulting firm with close ties to Secretary Noem and Mr. Lewandowski. Will you commit to cooperating with our investigation, the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigation, making documents and personnel available to congressional and other investigations into those contracts awarded by Secretary Noem and Mr. Lewandowski?
Senator,
well, folks, as always, I don't know how long, I don't know how we made it this long without trolls coming in our midst, but we got one. Leaping 7 in. Leap your ass on up out of here. I bet you wouldn't say that if I showed up at your house. I bet you wouldn't say that if I stopped you in the middle of the street and demanded to see your papers. I bet you wouldn't say that then, would you, Leap? I bet you wouldn't say that if I showed up and snatched your grandmama or your granddaughter or your sister or your daddy up out that house. I bet you wouldn't say that ice then. Bet you wouldn't say that then. Now, I expected. I didn't expect a troll to come in, but just in case, you always got to know that when you try to point out some information, there's always going to be some smart asses. So this is for you. This is for you. What your name is? Where's it at? There it is.
This year, I lived by one word. TSIDDAHN. That spells sit down. I say this word about 628 times a day. For example.
So let me go ahead and make that 629 times. Sit down and go find a white supremacist channel to go talk that shit to, because she gets none of that here. Now make like a baby and head the fuck out. Hey there, Bridget. How you doing? Good to see you. Where you at there, leaping? Let me get you up out of here. You see, like I told you. Let me get you up out of here. Bye, nigga. Hey there, Bridget M. What's up there, Alex? For all you folks that's hanging on out there with us. 703 here in Charleston, South Carolina. We ain't got too much more. I just want y'all to listen to this dude here. And then we're going to do one more take on them would-be, well, you'll see.
I've heard these same reports.
Excuse
I
me.
know the IG, Joseph, I don't know him personally. That's why I say Joseph. Some people call him Joe. Is open investigations. We will cooperate with him.
And provide all the documents and records that are
I'll leave
necessary
that
for this
to the
committee to
Inspector
do
General.
its work. That's what I'm asking.
I'll do everything that's required of me by law, but the IG will be doing the investigation, and we'll let the IG, decide what documents he's going to share, and maybe you can bring that up with him.
Well, in fact, Secretary Noem obstructed the investigations underway by the IG. In fact, in at least 10 investigations, they were the subject of a letter from the IG. Are you committing to immediately begin restoring the department's working relationship with the IG?
If confirmed, absolutely. I will do everything.
Now, see, this is the problem that I'm having with you Democrats and you fucking Republicans. Y'all hear idiots like this saying, if confirmed. So that means you have a chance to put a stop to this. I want y'all all to go, and when you have some time, go look at the record of Mark Wayne Mullen and ask yourself if you think that this guy should be in any positions of authority when it comes to running this country. A former MNA wannabe. Temper, he done finally come outside, step outside, I whip your ass. He done told a whole lot of folks I'll whip your ass, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Whether you like Rand Paul or not, he told Rand Paul that after some Trump sycophant that disagreed with him going up against Trump, snuck up behind Rand Paul, busted him upside the head, busted up his ribs, had a collapsed lung and all that. This guy, Mark Wayne Mullen, said that he deserved it. Said that he deserved it. That's the kind of folks that they want to put in the White House. But I got one more clip here. Let me go do something, one more thing here. If y'all talk to the folks for a second, I'll be right back. Let me go grab one more clip.
Yeah, I did see something about this dude, and they were saying he's worse of being someone that's should be in charge. And I just can't imagine I can't remember who it is, but someone just made it so clear. It might have been Jas McCrockett. It might have been her. She said all it takes is just white skin. That's what you really mean about being qualified, because that's what they all have in common. That's it. The end. Nobody has any. Well, somebody may have some degrees, but they don't have any type of talent. A bunch of yes men and white skin.
And that's it. And you're absolutely right, Troy. That's exactly who said it. Jas McCrockett did say that. You said she's talking about DEI. Seems to me the only thing you need to do to get into the white Trump house is be white and be a male. But let's check this one more thing out here, folks, before we get on up out of here. All right, Alex, I see you said you'll be live in an hour. I'll slide through and check you out, my man. But look here, folks. This again, you got to watch who you listen to in the YouTube streets. Listen, I'm not saying I got all the answers. I'm not saying I'm right by everything. I don't mind being wrong. But when you go over there and you heard all that, you had angry bird, angry bitch, angry man, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He never speaks about Tulsi Gabbard. He never speaks about Lauren Boebert. He never speaks about Pam Bondi. He never speaks about Caroline Levitt, but he got so much to speak about Jasmine Crockett. Look, take a look at it for your damn self.
There's a lot of black people that were sick of you. They were sick and tired of you because you were not properly representing black people in Congress. All right. What you were doing is you were a walking, talking stereotype. You were a walking, talking cliche. Today is already screaming.
In that hotly contested primary. In a victory speech, Tallarico said he was going to take back Texas.
This movement is about.
Now, how did they take back Texas, folks? They redistrict the fuck out of Jasmine Crockett. They made it almost impossible for her to win. But listen to the angry man.
Whether the people will hold the power in this state and in this country. We launched this underdog campaign 6 months ago in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. And since then, tens of thousands of Texans have shown up to rally with us in every corner of the state.
Now, just for the record, Jasmine Crockett last night, and I'm pretty sure today, is already screaming from the mountaintops that somebody cheated. In fact, I think she said, this is what Republicans do. They always cheat. And I'm like, Republicans? It's a prime, like you were going up against another Democrat. It doesn't even make sense, right? But anyway, she's already screaming from the mountaintops that somebody cheated. She's already screaming that, it's racism, all of that, right? Now, if you look at this photo, look at the people that's standing behind him. There's like, let me see, there's like one, maybe two, I think I see three white people, right? Everybody else I see two. No, I see two Latinas, maybe three Latinas, a couple of black women, and a black man. But watch, Jasmine Crockett is going to swear up and down, oh, it's racism, because racism and racism and racism.
All right, Jasmine Crockett, meantime, cited voting issues in Dallas and said that, in her words, people have been disenfranchised. Now, we don't know yet what Republican Tallarico is going to face. The Republican race there is going to come down to a runoff in May between Senator John Cornyn and State Attorney General Ken Paxton in what has been a bruising primary. It's worth noting that no Democrat has won a statewide race in Texas in more than 30 years.
So no Democrat, angry man, has won an election there in almost 30 years. And Jasmine Crockett put this motherfucker in a runoff. Giving the Republicans the idea of thinking, we can't run against Jasmine Crockett because she might fuck around and win. So let's redistrict it just in case. You forgot to say all of that. You forgot to add on the little other subtle nuances of what what's going on. Yes, she was running up against a Democrat, but this is what y'all listen to him.
Todd National.
But if Republicans keep spending all their money on a primary, which is look like it's going to happen into May 26th, I don't know. That does leave a little bit of an opening for Democrats. So we will see.
You've lost your mind. You've lost your absolute marbles, bro. But anyway, it is what it is. The funny thing about all of this is you have Jasmine Crockett that. She's complaining, claiming that it's racism or whatever, and all of this foolishness. First of all, let me say that I am so glad that she lost. And make no mistake about it, this is the end of her political career.
He is so, hey, Lana, how you doing? How you doing? Great to see you. This Be No Nation wanna be so connected to black folks that he holler about on some days he's black, the brothers and the sisters gotta get together to the next day. I'm so glad that this sister lost. Which is it, angry man? And you wonder why folks are calling you, talk about you the way that they do. It's motherfuckers like you that's always celebrating the downfall of us. Meanwhile, you sitting, y'all look at this guy's background. Look at this guy's background. You got a fan, you got a barbecue grill, and you got a sheet up. Talking about you're a political commentator, that you're glad somebody lost. You must not live in Texas. But from what I understand, though, there's some things about you that folks don't say too much about. Them boys gonna come get that house. You know what I mean, angry man? They're gonna cut back some of them subsidies. You might have to get your fat ass up out of from under that sheet and go get a real job. But who gonna hire you when they look at your YouTube career? I get, what is this? Dened 7702. I don't know what you mean by this. Marxist, I guess Democrats oppose the SAVE Act. So, well, I want y'all to look at that on the screen. Yeah, you know something? Every once in a while, I might mistype a word or two. But does that look like it's being mistyped? Or does it look like the Ned 7702 is an actual idiot? Can't spell. The Democrats oppose. Get the fuck on up out of here. This has not got to do with the Democrats or with Republicans. The majority of the United States of America does not oppose the SAVE Act, sir. The part of the SAVE Act that they, Save America Act that they're talking about is the part that funds ICE. Barney, he says here, the only Dems cry about everything they can't afford. Like what? Eggs? Insurance? Affordable housing? Is that only a Democratic thing there, Barney? Barney Fife? You got the right name, Barney Fife. Go back to Mayberry. But a dog can talk, but not to him. That's the story I'm here to tell of a man named Sam and his friends as well. You're all invited. Come out and see. There's no funnier place than Mayberry RFD. Now take your lily white ass back over there. Bye. See, I grew up around folks like you my entire life, Bonnie Five. I know how to deal with folks like you. You thought you was going to come in there and throw some shade and nobody was going to catch it. Now, like your other buddy, make like a baby and get the fuck on up out of here. Char, go ahead.
I have nothing right now.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. They're already trying to spin it. I heard somebody say, oh, well, Jasmine Crockett gave up her seat in the House in order to run for Senate. No, that's not what happened. What happened is Jasmine Crockett lost her district. Let's not forget. Let's not pretend like we don't know this. What happened was,
well, I guess in a way, even the sun shines partly on a dog's ass if you hold it up high enough. Yes, Jasmine Crockett did lose, but the reason why her district wasn't as strong as she didn't receive the amount of votes that she did in her first term is because the Republicans redistricted. Angry man, tell that part of it. Am I wrong, Sid?
No, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. They redistricted her seat out of the congressional map, which means that she had to vote with more Republicans. But I think with I don't know who might have won that seat, because somebody had to win that seat. I didn't keep up with that part. You know who won it?
No, I don't know either. No. I'm a less for it, but we'll find out though. When I do find out, folks, I'll put it in the community tab. So that's something that that we should all be looking into. Who did win that seat?
Yeah, because they didn't talk about it.
Right.
When Texas did its, gerrymandering, when it did its redistricting, she lost her district. In fact, I think she's the first woman in the history of Congress to lose their district. I could be wrong.
No. So you dumbass. So you don't see the political significance of what you just said. You don't see the political scrutiny that you just put yourself under just now. Why wasn't she the first black woman, or why was she the first woman to be redistricted out of a seat? Why is that, angry man? Is it that she was making too much noise? Is it that she was becoming too popular? Is it that people were starting to pay attention to her, calling out Trump and the Epstein files and everything else? Or what, did you think it was just a matter of cliches because folks liked her because she called Marjorie Taylor Greene a bad built body something?
You mean bad built butch body?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Ooh, that hurt that girl feelings too.
It sure did. She ain't been the same since that.
You guys, if I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comment section.
I already did. You won't let nobody comment in your section, but yeah, you're wrong.
But she lost her district. So this was her trying to pivot on some, they think they can throw me out of Congress.
If I believe correctly, Anton is sitting at 1 million subs on YouTube. That's awesome. Angry Man at some point will be at 1 million subs, which is awesome. But guess what? Outside of YouTube, nobody knows who the fuck you guys are.
Nobody.
This is what Republicans like to do.
What do Republicans have to do? Could somebody please tell me what Republicans have to do with her in a primary race against another Democrat? This is a Democrat Senate primary. Like, what do the Republicans have to do with you losing to another Democrat because everybody's sick of your shenanigans? Like, let's just be real, Jasmine Crockett. You've been, first of all, instead of you behaving like the prep school, private school, pampered bourgeoisie individual that you are, you decided to go into Congress and start acting like some ghetto trap queen. Let's just be real. In the halls of Congress, dancing to, they not like us. They not like us.
Oh, see, he don't like Kendrick Lamar. So every chance he get, he gonna bring that up. So if she can't dance, she can't smile, she can't just be a black woman. She had to come to, that is the most insultingest thing. This is the problem that I have with rotten tooth motherfuckers like you, angry man. You don't know you have no idea of the intelligence of this woman. So all you can do is sit around and shit on it. You think somebody gave her those law degrees? Do you think that she is actually the idea of your type woman? Because it's obvious that's who you're used to dealing with. Because I don't think any well-educated woman in their right mind would deal with you. Sorry, that might be a dig at your chick, but that says a lot if she lay down with your dumb ass. You full sandwich eating, 5 sweater having motherfucker. Is that all you got? Them 5 different sweaters, them 5 different pullovers, couple of different hats. You spend more money on the hats and bullshit and die than you do on truth. And you got the nerve to talk about Jasmine Crockett. You rotten tooth between the picket fence corn-eating motherfucker.
Us to sitting on the floor, the House floor, getting into arguments with Marjorie Taylor Greene, yelling and screaming, using slang, just acting a pure fool in Congress. This is why this happened.
It is what it is, nigga.
There's one thing I knew for certain. When I first saw her, when she first got on my radar with all of her shenanigans and all of her behavior, I keep using shenanigans a lot. I don't know why. But the moment that she got on my radar, I was looking at her behavior. I was like, yeah, they're not going to have you sitting on the, the floor of the House long behaving like that. And look, that's not just because she's a Democrat. You see, they got Marjorie Taylor Greene up out of there too.
No, they didn't get Marjorie Taylor Greene up out of there. Marjorie Taylor Greene got her own self up out of there.
The lies, the lies.
And this is what I'm talking about right here, Char. These wannabe charlatans, these so-called news reporters, because all these motherfuckers think they're actually reporting the news.
The news according to their blues.
Okay, fake news. That's what it is. We ain't going to listen to Angry Man very much longer. But said there's the answer to your question. I appreciate that, HT Ball 1. Frederick Haynes was replacing Jasmine. He's black as well. I don't know too much about him, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt for right now. Frederick, I'm coming to check you out. I hope you're doing right by the folks.
Because I'm going to tell you the truth. That day that her and Marjorie Taylor Greene got into that argument, that was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my life. These people that we elect to be our representation, our elected officials, they are supposed to be behaving in a professional way. They're not supposed to be behaving like two ghetto ratchet chicks sitting on somebody's porch playing the dozens. So I already knew what time it was with her. I already knew they were going to get her up out of.
So mine is the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene threw the first insults. So Jasmine was supposed to say, you know what? I think she got tired of it. I think she got tired of the insults. I think she got tired of the rhetoric, and she struck back. I think she's at wit's end with these so-called pampered. Because Lauren Boebert, look what she did. The Beetlejuice incident. I don't hear you talking about that. Look at Nancy Mace. The shit that she did. Bridget, when you find it, let me know. When you find it, Bridget, let me know. When anyone finds a good record, a constant record of Angry Man talking well about black women, y'all let me know. Because we're going to have us a party in celebration of the one time Angry Man gave black women a break. With all of that, even though Jasmine Crockett was basically defending herself because she even asked the question. So if
there, same way they got Marjorie Taylor Greene up out of there, and this is good because it sets a precedent. It sets a precedent. You're not going to come to Congress and be ghetto.
And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why. So I want you to enjoy yourselves, but I won't be back tonight because I have no idea of when we're going to get results, and I fully anticipate it won't be until tomorrow.
No, sweetheart. It's not that you won't be back tonight. You won't be back ever. This is the end of your political career as we know it.
Now, why would that be the end of her political career, Angry Man? Because she lost it this time. Why would that be the end of her political aspirations or career? Any one of y'all got an answer for that? What would make Angry Man think because she lost this election that this is the end of her political career?
This doesn't have to be the end of her career. She's not a felon or even felons nowadays, you know. But anyway, she don't have any criminal history or anything. She can win something else. She can go some other sector.
Okay. There's no limit to how many times you can become a state representative or a state or in the serving the Senate. There's no statute of limitations on that. You can go be elected or reelected as many times as you want. Only the presidency, but they're trying to change that too. Let's continue.
Now, the interesting thing about all of this is she wants to try to find somebody to blame for this. And she has nobody to blame but herself. She has absolutely nobody to blame but herself, right? But matter of fact, let's play a video. I want to show you some highlights of why I believe she lost this primary.
Y'all, early primary voting is happening right now in Texas, and we need Jasmine Crockett to win. She is running for U.S. Senate, and if you want somebody that's going to fight for your right, if you want somebody to fight for your community, if you want somebody that's going to go up there and represent you and represent your issues, please vote for my sister, Jasmine Crockett.
So first and foremost, you have the Cardi B effect. And I don't know why they keep trying to get Cardi B to endorse them. It's starting to become a curse. So first of all, you've got Cardi B endorsing you for Congress, right?
Okay, so Angry Man, what about Kid Rock? What about Kid Rock? I guess he's a good old American folks that should show people how it's done. What about him? Huh? Angry Man, since you want to talk about celebrities.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I can hear it now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what was so crazy? When Kid Rock tried to do that Rock the Country show that he was putting together.
Yeah.
They came out with the lyrics that he had. He had pedophile lyrics in this.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that, Angry Man? He like him young. He like him young. No wonder he was comfortable in the Trump camp. He like him young. Made a wrote a song about it. I ain't gonna sing it. That's it.
Right. And I don't know if y'all saw that recent performance that Cardi B had where she looked like, you know, she was acting like she was playing the guitar, but really she was, you know, acting like she was doing something else.
So you mean that so that means she should have did like Nicki Minaj and bathed herself in Trump's ball sweat? Maybe you talk about that kind of person. Maybe you're talking about that type of celebrity. Angry Man.
I'm not going to say what she did because I don't want to be graphic. But I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so first of all, it hasn't quite been said clearly that Texas has always been found to be intentionally discriminatory. And so I want y'all to understand the makeup of my state. The state is a majority minority state. And what this legislature historically has done is what they plan to do again, is to dilute the voices of people of color in order to make sure that they can get to where they're trying to go. We saw this Department of Justice decided to put out a letter, and what did they do? We only have 4 seats that are represented by Black folk, where the vast majority of the people that get to decide who they have represent them are Black. They decided to attack 3 of the 4 seats that we have in the state.
So Angry Man, why don't you mention that? Why didn't you mention the fact that there's only 4 choices for black folks? So if you live in a black community and you only got 4 choices of who you get to choose, isn't that like what they call that? The white folks call it taxation without representation. Maybe I'm missing something, angry man. Maybe you know better than me, but I doubt it.
They decided to go after a Latina. They are specifically deciding to splinter the communities of common interest, as well as just blatantly say, we are going to dilute minority voices. So we know that the courts, ever since we've had a Voting Rights Act, have always found this state to be intentionally discriminatory. That is what they are going to do. So I need people.
When you have nothing to say, when you have no rebuttal, that's all you can do is sit back and think about what am I going to say about what she's saying that I can say she's wrong about. You have nothing to say, angry man, because you know why? Number one, you don't live in Texas, and you're biased against everything that comes out of Jasmine Crockett's mouth. So you're waiting for her to say something that you don't agree with so you can click back on. Sure.
I'm agreeing with you on that.
People of color.
Say it.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I think it was wrong, but you know they did it to get her out the way. And then and for Senate, they promoted Tallarico to really get her out the way.
The Democrats did that.
Yeah, the Democrats helped along too, because you know the problem with the Democratic Party is that she's too outspoken and she doesn't go against the grain that the establishment Democrats follow. So it's definitely a problem for them.
That's right. And if we go back earlier, Dark Shotgun, shout out to you. You had mentioned that earlier. The Democrats did have a hand in it. They did have a hand in it, and what happened. So is she wrong by saying that? No, she's not.
To understand that the scheme of the Republicans has consistently been to make sure that they mute our voices so that they can go ahead and have an oversized say in this. So I fully anticipate that's exactly where they're going with this map. It's the only way to do it. We didn't understand how we got to the map that they gave us last time because that state was grown by 95% people of color. They went out of their way to make sure that we got 0 new seats for people of color. So that's exactly what they're going to do this time.
And there is yet another example as to why she lost this race. How do you think you're going to get people to come out and vote for you when you're referring to the state of Texas as being a racist, discriminatory state?
And it is. It is. That's not by her. That's not by what she says. That is empirical data that shows that Texas, by far, is one of the most racist states in the union.
Yes, they are.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ted.
My sister lived in Texas. She lived in I think it was Sugar something. It was one of them sugar cities in Texas, and you had to drive down this long stretch of road. And on the way there, we heading there, and the police was on the other side. When he seen me, he busted a U-turn into the ditch, came out the ditch and pulled me over. So I blew that off. I said, okay, whatever, because, you know, they didn't really give me no ticket. But then when on the way back, same thing happened. A different cop did the same thing, told me I was speeding, and I was going the same speed limit as everybody else.
Yeah, Big J Triple X said it was Sugarland. So I guess
it wasn't Sugarland. I know about Sugarland. It was something else.
But again, you know, shout out to Big J Triple X. I see him doing this thing on Jasmine Crockett. We've had our differences, Big J Triple X, but a lot of what you're saying is absolutely true. Jasmine Crockett did not get a fair shake. She went into a fight that I don't think that she could win. The cards were stacked against her. And you being from Texas, you would know that better than anyone else, wouldn't you? But here it is, the angry bird from somewhere, parts unknown, sitting on a back porch somewhere with a sheet up with a barbecue grill for the winter and a fan for the summer, smoking on a big stinking ass cigar, looking like, smelling like all outdoors, trying to tell y'all he know what what's in the political sphere, not addressing any of what Crockett said, just going off his own feelings that I don't like the chick. I don't like her. So I'm not going to give her a fair shake.
Right? So already off the rip, you're alienating the white vote. Then you've made disparaging comments towards the Latino community that support Trump.
Let me tell you, let me ask you about a quote that you've made that has some Democrats worried about your ability to win statewide. In a December 2024 Vanity Fair profile, you talked about, quote, and I'm going to read a lot of the quote just to put it in the context, quote, all the complexities within the Latino community. The immigration thing has always been something that has perplexed me about this community. It's basically like, I fought to get here, but I left y'all where I left y'all, and I want no more y'all to come here. If I wanted to be with y'all, I would stay with y'all, but I don't want y'all coming to my new home. It almost reminds me of what people would talk about when they would talk about kind of like slave mentality and the hate that some slaves would have.
Yes, indeed, because we call them Yazda bosses, and that's exactly what she's talking about. I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump, singing the songs with the little mariachi bands in the background, thinking that Donald Trump was not going to deport y'all useless asses, because that's what she's talking about.
I will vote for Donald Trump, and all of them,
right.
Every last one of them got deported.
Okay. So that's what she was pointing out, angry man. But you're not going to put it that way. And even Jake Tapper tried to make it seem like you were being divisive. No, you just merely told those folks you made a mistake for voting for Trump, and you gonna see soon enough.
For themselves. It's almost like a slave mentality that they have. Now, about the time that was published last year, around 1 million Latino voters in Texas were voting for Trump. Do they all have slave mentality?
No, and that's not what that said at all, to be clear. It did not say that every Latino has that type of mentality.
No, but the ones that vote for people who believe in strong or Trump's immigration policies.
So
we saw you when you did it. So you've alienated.
So again, as you notice, folks, he didn't cut off the explanation. He cut that off. But she slapped it. Basically, if you go back and look at the original clip, she put Jake Tapper in his place. But Angry Man just gave you just enough to suit his narrative. The angry black woman trope. That's why the Latinos didn't vote for you. Or she fucked up with the white folks. She fucked up with the Latinos. She was never trying to get their vote. She was never trying to garner their vote. She was trying to galvanize black folks. She was trying to galvanize her communities, angry man, the district. And the Republicans saw that she was not only making ground in her districts, but the surrounding districts. She had to be silenced. Say it, Shaw, anything?
Yeah, interesting, the title that he has under his name.
What's the title again? I forgot.
It says the chairman of the board.
Yeah, chairman of what board? You ain't even got he ain't even got no board behind him. Better hope them good winds, because you know down if you live in the South, folks, when it start to rain outside hard, that wind blow, all this shit gonna get wet up.
The Latino vote, right? Then on top of that, you've even made statements about people. You've made statements about people in general that are Trump supporters. And what you don't realize is that there are a lot of black people in Texas that are Trump supporters. And I can tell you right now, Jasmine Crockett, there's a lot of black people that were sick of you. They were sick and tired of you because.
Can you point them out, except for the ones that's not hanging around you, and the ones that's not hanging around BGS, and the ones that just have anger towards black women. The rest of us, we would have all the way. We with her all the way, angry man. It's only folks under the Beano Nation moniker that says Jasmine Crockett is a problem?
Because you were not properly representing Black people in Congress. All right. What you were doing is you were a walking, talking stereotype. You were a walking, talking cliche. And you may not understand this, but there are Black people, there are plenty of Black people out here that are intelligent enough to understand that you are mocking them.
But Angry Man saying they doing it for content.
You do all of the ghetto ratchet antics because that's how you view Black people.
Don't you listen to these stupid motherfuckers.
We come from a bourgeoisie privileged background. You were never in the hood. You were never in the ghetto. So you think
But wait a minute. So why would you be calling her hood fabulous if you just turned around just 5 minutes ago and said that she never? Did y'all hear that? Did I miss something? Did I twist something up?
Bourgeoisie and all that stuff, yeah.
And she was never hood, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But didn't he call her a hood hoochie mama earlier?
I'm not sure about
Ghetto.
the hoochie mama, but I know
But
all
ghetto.
the negative terms.
Yeah. Okay, I would paraphrase a little bit, but didn't she pretty much call her ghetto in this same clip? Did I switch clips?
No.
All right. I'm just checking. Thought I missed something. Thought I fell asleep.
everybody
Thought I got knocked out because his breath was stinking over the internet.
from most of Black America that don't come from privilege, you think everybody's the no you didn't. And when you do that, when you get up there in Congress and you act like that, it is insulting. In fact, I would argue that the people you're trying to target with all of that ghetto behavior, they're probably more than likely the Black folk that don't even vote anyway. Because the ones that do vote, the ones that actually will go out and vote, I guarantee you a large portion of them do not rock with you. They do not like how you've been behaving in Congress because you are not a good representation of us.
Now get the fuck out of here before I kick your ass. Don't sit with your bad ass. Come on here.
I couldn't take no more. I couldn't do it no more. But that's the shit that y'all listen to over there, folks. That is the angry man that'll sit there day after day, night after night, stream after stream, telling y'all that he thinks he knows better than all of y'all. And you wonder how Anton was built? Just like Angry Man. That's why you're over there with Anton's nuts in his left pocket, hoping he can shake him up and don't fall on craps. But before we go, I got one more thing, Anton. Check this out.
I've been dropping all this content, trying to teach y'all how to get this bag, trying to teach y'all how to get this money. But y'all not ready yet. See, y'all broke. Y'all want to be broke. Y'all got to learn how to be bag chasers. See, I'm a bag chaser. All my dogs is bag chasers.
Do the dog catch a baby? Do the dog catch a dog?
That's what they are. All of y'all over there that believe in Anton has your best interest at heart, you are exactly what you are. You're not bag chasers, you're ball chasers. You're ball washers. You're washing Anton's nut, and he's taking your money and taking it out, flying chicks out. Your angry man is taking your money and buying them stale-ass cigars because it's obvious he's not doing anything to benefit his content. No graphics, no funny bells and whistles, none of that. He taking your money and taking it all the way to the back, laughing at you, calling you stupid, telling you ain't shit. And if you don't donate to him, he gonna stop. Stop donating to him. Stop donating to him. Stop going over there. I'm glad folks is catching on. I was going to review a Jas Noelle today, but I think I'll wait for it another time. I got a little bit more I want to add to that. But if you go over, again, if you like, share, and subscribe, that's up to you when you go to Jas Noelle's channel. But she gives you a pretty good idea of what happens after they do the stream about surviving Anton Daniels. It's which I've been telling y'all ladies all along. Y'all didn't need Anton Daniels. You don't need Fatty. You don't need Angry Man. You don't need me. You don't need Sharon Bracey. You don't need Brownsville. You don't need any of the other male content creators to be successful in them YouTube streets. Y'all can really talk amongst yourself and be successful. You don't need Anton Daniels' approval. Before we get out of here, any final thoughts there, folks?
Well, the content is going to keep on giving. I think this is going to be going on until September. And I'll be watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right there, Shar. Will the content end anytime soon?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Won't. I think next week, because I said it week before last, I was going to stop talking about Anton. But Anton, I'm going to be like a lot of these content creators say, I'm going to celebrate the day when somebody holds a stream, they say that Anton Daniels' channel got demonetized. I'm going to celebrate.
It's going to be very interesting, I tell you. Because what's the term the folks using now, crashing out? He's doing all of that.
And I'm gonna go find that HT Baldwin. I'm gonna go find that California Great Thing commercial. Yeah, and I got some because I got a little clip I want to put to it, using my own voice. I came up with a little song for the California Raisins, so I'm gonna put that together because I think you're right. If Anton looks like anybody, it's the little fat California Raisin, and I'm gonna use him. Said anything before we get out of here, sir? Said. Well, folks,
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
There you are, sir. Go right ahead. Any last words before we go?
All I'm gonna say is that everything that they talking about is BS, and you know these black commentators need to understand that they black too. So anything that happens to us is going to happen to them even more so.
No, it can't be. It couldn't be. They don't believe that. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
No.
All right, y'all.
All right, appreciate it. That's it. But again, there, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of y'all that came out. Let me run down a few of the names there. Bridget M, thank you so very much. HT Baldwin, make sure y'all check out HT Baldwin Thursday nights, classic R&B jams. If you're into that house music, right before HT Baldwin, the voice you just heard along with me today, DJ Dreadhead said, they give you about 5-6 hours of great house music, they said. What time do you start? I think Stead starts about 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then HT Baldwin takes us from 11 p.m. Eastern to all the way up until 1 a.m. Also tomorrow night at 8 p.m., it's yours truly, DJ Music, on the 1s and 2s at the Music Cafe, playing music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and some of your requests that you folks have sent me. Char, it's always a pleasure having you with me here. Of course, we've been in them YouTube streets for a while, so I've got to go with you. You told me when we first started this, tread lightly when you're driving down them YouTube streets because you never know what you're going to run into. You wasn't lying.
Oh, yeah.
You wasn't lying. So again, thank you so very much. As always, a pleasure having you with us. And you know I'm going to do a loose nigga, another loose nigga roundup this week.
Oh yeah.
So you know, if you feel if you ain't too busy making that money, I sent you a wheelbarrow so you can carry some of it out.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Right. So until then, you know, y'all folks be easy. Alex, I'll come check you out in a little bit. With that, folks, everybody be safe. Have a good night. Watch your 3, your 6, and your 9. And just don't do this. Don't be like Angry Man and do this. I'm sorry, but don't be like Anton and Angry Man and the rest of them. Don't call me no motherfucker.
Look, all you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Now you standing up in here and goddamn it talking about preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want, look,